You are now in the arena. Welcome to Gridiron, presented by Underdog Fantasy. We are joined by, of course, the three-time All-Star, three-time All-NBA legend, Gilbert Arena.
Jump shot like that.
You feel me?
You feel me?
Next to him, Super Bowl champion, five-time Pro Bowler, and two-time All-Pro cornerback, Aqib Talib.
Yeah.
And we got a new face in the building today. We have got four-time Pro Bowler, Richie Incognito.
Hey.
That's hard. I'm
Yeah.
not cool. That last name is it.
It's it.
That's it. Yeah, that's it, man. Incognito, Italian.
I wouldn't even have a first name.
Nah.
What I need a first name
Just call
for?
me Incognito.
Call me Incognito.
For real.
So before we get started, if you guys want to get your money up with Underdog, Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5, get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with code GRID. So go check that out. And if you guys want the audio version of this podcast, we got it on Spotify, Apple, wherever you watch or listen to your podcast. So today we have a lot to talk about. Obviously, we're going to run down Eagles, Cowboys last night, a lot to talk about there. We have Chiefs, Chargers tonight in Brazil. And, of course, NFL's first Sunday football this weekend. But where the fuck is Skip? Skip didn't show up to work today.
Skip?
The Cowboys lost last night. He didn't show up to work today. Where is Skip at? Oh, Skip.
Oh, there he is. It's going to be all right, Skip. Oh.
This.
No, Skip. Get it out of here. Oh, Skip.
Oh,
It's going to be all right.
man.
Today, I wish I could be incognito, right?
Dang. Well,
Man.
honestly,
Yeah.
it wasn't too bad. Gil, you were talking a lot of shit about the Cowboys and going on
Was
3
it?
wins this season. They looked pretty good last night. Not bad.
No, they didn't.
Okay, all right. They weren't bad. If I woke up a Cowboys fan this morning, I wouldn't feel bad. I'd have some hope in me.
Well, speak for yourself.
Well, then let's go to you, Skip.
Yeah.
What is the biggest reason that the Cowboys lost last night? I'm not mad at them.
If yesterday I had made a list of 100 potential reasons my Dallas Cowboys would lose at Philly last night, number 101 would be CeeDee Lamb dropping 4 passes? Are you kidding me? CeeDee Lamb, my favorite player, the guy I always called the best all-around receiver in football, the one guy on my team I say is a flat-out gamer baller. He dropped 4 passes. He dropped 2 in the first half that killed drives. And then early in the fourth quarter, on a 3rd and 10, Dak throws a hellacious pass. There's lots of high-speed traffic everywhere, and it drops and hits him right in both hands. It's as easy a catch as a wide receiver could make on a deep ball ever, and it goes right through his hands. And then on the play of the game, on 4th and 3, it was slightly overthrown, but if CeeDee Lamb is as great as I think he is, he puts that in his back pocket. So I'm calling that a drop. They didn't call it that on the official play-by-play, but come on, you guys know.
It's a
if
drop.
it
That's
hits
a drop.
fingertips, it's a drop, man.
That's a drop.
I mean, he makes those in practice like cake, like routine. So I'm saying that CeeDee Lamb dropped a game that my Cowboys played well enough to win, shockingly so. And it didn't help that Miles Sanders lost a fumble after a 49-yard run when he can't outrun Zach Bond to the goal line. Come on. I mean, a guy who weighs 230 ran him down. It was the play of the game. But on the next play, it's 1st and 10 at the 11, and Miles Sanders, the ex-Eagle on the Cowboys, fumbles right before the lightning delay.
Smart man.
So if you told me that my defense, that you guys all ripped, if my defense could hold the Philadelphia Eagles at home to 3 points in the second half on a freaking 58-yard field goal, that's all they got in the second half. If you told me that A.J. Brown would catch 1 pass for 8 yards and Devontae Smith would catch 3 for 16 yards, I'd say, thank you, God, we got this. If you told me that Dak Prescott would play clean, no interceptions, no fumbles, 0 sacks, and throw it well enough that he should have had 4 more completions to CeeDee Lamb, who, by the way, did catch 10 balls for 107 yards, so it's not like he dropped the whole game. He just dropped all the key passes. On every crucial throw to CeeDee Lamb, he played like a little lamb. That's what he did. He played like a little lamb last night. And this guy's the mentally toughest player I got on my team. So in the end, Jalen Hurts, I'm honoring him today with this jersey because I have never seen him play a better game. He made 0 mistakes, mental or physical mistakes, the entire night. I just needed one little one, just one little glitch, and we got him. But no, even on the last play of the game, the 3rd and 5, he takes off and scrambles again and makes the 7 yards. His scrambling yards killed us, but Saquon ran for 60 yards. He did not kill us. So my defense played way better than everybody thought they would play, well enough to win the football game. And CeeDee Lamb, of all players, dropped it. Go, Gil.
Because I guess everyone's looking at like the final result and then like really. Did you watch the game?
Did I? Unfortunately, I did.
What did I say? Eagles. What did I say? Dallas going to score 20, right? I said 20.
You did.
I said 20. What did they score?
20.
Okay, so I was right on.
Philly would score 30.
Yeah, it was boot to ass. It was boot to ass, but
I didn't see boot to ass.
I didn't see.
I knew.
I don't know if it was boot to ass.
It was
but
boot
hey,
to ass. Okay.
They come up with the win, no boot to ass.
Now, Philly at home on banner night.
Yep.
Banner night. Their night. Got 110 yards worth of penalties. That's a whole fucking football field of free possessions.
They did.
12 extra plays that they got. Boot to ass was happening. And it's like, you know, when you get a spanking and your mom come in there and start saving you, right? They start saving you from your pops and he can't really get in there. That's what the refs was doing last night. The refs was doing that for the Cowboys last night. It's the Cowboys. They had to make it close.
I feel that.
They had to make this game close. And that's what this was. It was an ass whooping disguised as, listen, your daddy's gonna spank you, but you're not gonna really feel it. Mama's gonna save you. And that's what the refs did for them last night. But that was, listen, the only reason they looked good was because of penalties. Them penalties, throwing it downfield, they get it hit. They was being helped.
The refs saved them.
It saved the ass whooping.
It started by kicking Jalen out, right?
Huh?
Started by kicking
What?
Jalen out.
The man got kicked out before the popcorn was finished. Like, what's wrong with you, my guy? But it didn't look like they was ever really in charge. After their first drive, other than that, every big play they needed, the refs helped them.
I feel that.
Right? 3rd and 22, they throw a bomb. It's like
I don't really agree, but they got a lot of calls last night. Cowboys got a lot of calls. But I don't think that was the reason. I don't even think CeeDee was the reason.
Oh, stop.
Nah,
I mean, CeeDee had the drops, but I feel like football is a momentum game, right? They scored every time they had the ball. They was on their way to score again, 60-yard drive. Then fucking Miles Sanders fumbled the damn ball. So I feel like the fumble turned everything. They fumbled, and it just went downhill. It was a rain delay right after the fumble, and it just fucking went downhill from there. The drives after that, punt, turnover on downs. Now the Eagles, they ain't really do shit in the second half or after the rain delay, but they had a drive in the fourth quarter that was 7.5 minutes. Like, they really ate the fucking clock, ain't really give you a chance to do nothing. So the game completely spent around. It's a momentum game, man. They was riding high. CeeDee was going crazy. He fumbled. Next thing you know, we in the locker room. Then CeeDee turned trash. So, hey, Miles Sanders, fam, you changed the momentum of the game. They was on a high horse. You changed the momentum.
But they got a penalty to get that ball back.
They did.
To get the first down. It was a penalty. Like, why? I don't like that. I'm sorry.
The momentum was still in their favor. With that penalty, Dak threw a dot. He dropped it. Boom, you tried to kill him.
But why is that the first down?
That's what I think is important, the momentum. I think they came out, both teams came out in the first half, and there was very little defense. They were going up and down the field. Philly went down the field, Dallas went down the field, and I felt like as the game went on, the most important thing to me were the CeeDee drops. They were backbreakers in the first half. That one on third down hit him right in the hands, hit him in the head.
It was terrible.
The hero ball late. You know, you want to talk about gaining momentum. You're on the road. It's a division game. Everybody's hyped up. Philadelphia is unveiling their banner. And you need your wide receiver one to go out there and make a play to ignite the offense. Dak brought it. Dak was efficient.
He was.
Dak looked good moving around. The hamstring looks good. He's had great pocket mobility. He moved around just enough to get the ball out to the playmakers. The CeeDee Lamb drops were huge, and then the Miles Sanders turnover. You cannot turn the ball over. Dak stayed out of the turnover game. Miles turned it over, and then that was it.
Okay, help me out. Zach Bond weighs 230-ish.
Right.
Miles Sanders weighs 205. Ran a 4.4940. He's 28 now, but coming out of Penn State. Okay.
Damn near a decade ago, Skip.
Okay, but still reasonable speed. And Zach Bond, who made first team All-Pro as a linebacker, flat out ran his ass down.
But he could run, though.
I mean, but he ran him down like easy ran him down. Like you could just see him gaining from 20 yards back and ran him all the way down at the 11-yard line to the point he even had time. He was just trying to knock the ball out.
No
like,
doubt,
God.
But he also ran down the seam with Ferguson one time.
He did.
He could fucking run.
I mean, can he run?
Bond could just flat out run, bro. That's one of his.
There's 40 time, and then there's field speed time.
Exactly.
You got those pads on, the lights are on. You might be a little tired, and you got to perform. And Bond is a flyer. He's a baller.
Run, so I mean, you can't fault him for getting ran down.
But Miles Sanders needs to score there
by somebody who can run, though.
Yes.
I mean, but seriously, if he gets the ball home, I think we're going to win because it's 24. That would have made it 27-24 Dallas. And Philly, I don't know if they can score again because we started to go after Jalen Hurts. After the lightning delay, first two plays, we send people after him.
Right.
Trevon Diggs went the first time, Bland went the second time. Dante Fowler got loose and came home. So we held them to a quick 3 and out after the lightning delay, and then we kind of locked in and figured them out. They were having a hard time moving the football. All through the second half, they had a hard time.
But the Cowboys was too. Because I feel like they got the life sucked out of them. You know what I'm saying? We was rolling. He fumbled. Then we got to go sit down for an hour. Then we never was able to catch that fire back, bro. That shit is real in football. So
I know that. Ooh, that's a bad feeling because your last mistake, you got to sit in the locker room with them dudes.
Hey, bro.
For about 40 minutes.
That's rough. That's rough. That's rough. Not only as an athlete, you know, you're out there, you're set to a certain schedule. You go in at halftime, get your food, get warmed up, go out there and get ready to roll. You go out there and that lightning delay is such a major hiccup, and I think we saw the game. The game really kind of dropped off after that point. You know, no scoring. I think Dallas, though, coming out of the half, really started to get some momentum going, bring in pressure. They realized they weren't getting home with 4 guys. Jalen Hurts was running all over them. They started dialing up the pressure. Eagles did the same thing, too. They felt the Dallas had the momentum. They started bringing pressure, too. But I think, just running out of gas, and I think that lightning delay had a lot to do with it, late in the game. Because as an offensive lineman, you're getting greased up, you're warmed up, you're ready to go. You go sit down, you're cold. Now you got to get the body warmed up again. It's incredibly difficult.
I feel like it's definitely in favor of the defense. Like we get a chance. It's like a long ass halftime. We get a chance to adjust and create a whole new game plan. We see your game plan. We see what y'all trying to do. We get an hour to put some shit together. You know what I'm saying? So. It's always in favor of the defense.
You brought it up, the spitting incident that started the game. You want to go?
Jalen Hawk Tua spit on that thing. Hawk Tua spit on that thing.
Bruh.
Spit on that thing.
There it is.
There you go.
Dang.
Listen, you're too. Look, I can't kill him because you won the game. So you didn't really penalize your team. But come on, like this opening night, trying to win it back to back, and this is what's on your mind. Like you jeopardize opening night with this, and I call it an antic, especially an antic to get you tossed out of the game.
Right.
That's what I said. Like, it happened so fast. I don't even know if his family in the suites got to order food. I don't even got.
They might not even have been in the street yet. It happened so fast. They might have been filing.
It's like you got something going on. Y'all trying to go back to back. So the fact that you're doing things like this, kind of jeopardizes chances of winning. It's the Draymond Green thing.
Yeah.
When you talk to Curry, he's like, we need you on the floor. So focus.
That's a good analogy. That's
exactly what it
was. Yeah, and that's all, just lock in. Y'all won, so, can't really kill you for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't really kill him for it. I did my fair share of shit on the field.
Oh, you a spitter too?
I ain't never spit on nobody, but I got ejected out of the game.
Did you ever get spat on?
Nah, hell nah, Skip.
That's pretty wild.
I bet not ever get spat on.
But people are saying Dak spit first.
But Dak spit at the ground. Dak went here, talk a little shit, spit on the ground. Like,
yeah, it's very different.
It's a difference. Like, you could face off, I could spit to the side, you spit on the ground, we could talk some shit, we could line up and play. But like, I got ejected out of the game. I threw a punch. You know what I'm saying?
You wouldn't be pissed if Dak just spit right in front of you, looking you dead in the eye.
I'd be pissed, but I wouldn't spit on his neck though. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't spit on his neck. I probably
but
spit back on the ground.
Do it. Okay, it's wild.
I ain't gonna spit on the guy's neck. Now, that's just
extra lube. Extra little lube.
Like, he gotta expect to see that.
Prepping him for the rain delay.
In the street, you gotta see him like, bro, I spit on his neck. Like, you just can't do that, bro. It's I know coming from me, that's saying a lot, but it's a line you gotta draw.
I'm going as being 6'4", it's worse when you can't whoop him, right? I know I can't whoop him.
I can do something to him. Hey, I can do something to his ass.
I'm doing exactly what Dax did.
I've done a ton of crazy shit on the field. I have done a ton of crazy shit on the field, but I've never been suspended. I've never been kicked out of an NFL game for egregious conduct, right? And I think that this is a great learning moment for Jalen Carter. He is a young player. He is a stud. He is the heart and soul of that defense.
He is.
He pulled a bonehead move. Dak got him. Dak spit at him. The emotions got the best of him. I mean, coming out for an opening game, you are seeing red. You have been practicing in training camp, and you are literally ready to punch anybody in the face.
Yeah.
And I think that this just boiled over. But the learning moment is for Jalen Carter to sit there and watch the defending Super Bowl champs go out there, and on banner night, they have to play the Dallas Cowboys without you.
Right.
You're not there. Your presence isn't felt. You're there. You're their leader in the run game. You're their leader in the pass game. And you watch Dallas come out and jam the ball down your defense's throat. Jalen Carter had to be sitting there thinking, I can help this team. I should be out there with my boys. So, bonehead move. I hope he learns from it. I know he'll learn from it. He's a great young player, and a lot more from him to come.
All right, here's how I saw it. There's an injury timeout because one of the Eagles went down on the kickoff. Doctors are out on the field, trainers out on the field. Jalen Carter is steaming at Tyler Booker, the Cowboys rookie right guard, because when Tyler Booker got drafted, he said at his opening press conference, I can't wait to face Jalen Carter. Well, that's a mouthful from a kid from Alabama. I don't care who you are or what you are, because he ain't that good. Because Jalen Carter is the truth.
He's that dude.
He is that dude on that defense. You don't mess with him from a distance or certainly face to face. So Jalen Carter took advantage of the injury timeout and walked across the line of scrimmage toward the Cowboy huddle. He's in the no-fly zone, the unwritten rule zone. He's talking to Tyler Booker in the huddle, trying to let's have a little conversation about what's about to transpire here, right? Okay? And Dak doesn't like it, so Dak moves forward and looks at him, and I believe that he spit in his direction as like a warning shot over the bow sort of thing. Just to spit, it went between the shoulder pads of the two offensive linemen. But he was definitely sending a spit message to Jalen Carter, who he would never spit in the face of because of what you just said, because he'd just get his ass whipped, is what would happen.
So you think it's an intentional message?
He's provoking, he's instigating a little bit, but he's also not happy that Jalen Carter is like 3 feet from the edge of their offensive huddle. And help me out here. Is that breaking a little bit of the unwritten rule? You guys
That's
know,
it.
like,
I mean,
it's a TV timeout. It's always a line.
there's a line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jalen Carter, if he talking shit to your huddle, he go past the line, he talking shit to your huddle, he ain't crossed that line. Dak spit on the ground, Dak ain't crossed that line.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
we can do this shit all day. I've seen work.
Okay, but would you, if you're in the offensive huddle, would you, if you turned around and he's 3 feet there talking to one of your linemen, you would not like that?
Oh no. That is one thing where I would have lost my cool.
Okay.
He wouldn't have been talking to Dak. If Jalen Carter walked up to that huddle, he'd be talking to me. Okay. I would have turned around, gotten his face.
Right.
We would have come together. The quarterback doesn't settle those battles.
Exactly.
Right. And by the way, if there is any spitting back and forth, you might have a chance against him.
Oh,
right?
no doubt. I might need a couple boys to help me out. But yeah. No, but that's the thing. Jalen Carter crossed the line of scrimmage, went to the huddle. Dak goaded him. Dak a little spit in your direction.
And then he steps between the linemen and they go kind of face to
Yeah,
face.
even then.
And yet Jalen, it's a fall away spit. It's like he's moving backwards and he thinks, well, I'm not going to let him get away with this. And he gives it kind of a last second.
And that's
little
when he
spit.
crossed the line.
Okay, you
Yeah.
can't
He come
do
out
it.
the huddle.
You
Yeah,
cannot
can't
do
do
He
it.
could go face to face. He could mush Dak's face.
You
he
could
could
do
do
that.
whatever. The referees might have just broke it up.
Yep.
But you just can't spit, bro. That's
No.
you could toe the line. You just can't cross the line.
You can mush. He could have mushed him and stayed in the game.
He could have
Yeah,
mushed him and stayed in the game a little bit.
push, a little,
easy
you know,
push.
there- you can
Referee
play.
might not even throw a flag
Yeah.
right there. They might have just, hey, y'all boys, chill out.
Just a little pushing and shoving.
That's a little nice and neat face push.
You know, for Jalen Carter, it's just such an insignificant thing. It's a little spit before the game. He got him. I'd rather see Jalen Carter take a shot at Dak during the game. You know, if you're going to get kicked out of the game, take a shot at Dak. Take him down. Right?
You know, did something in the same line of spitting on him. You know, mush his face, mush his head, grab his face like
Shove
this.
him, shove
him a
shoving
little bit.
offensive
Like, you could have
linemen,
did a
you know.
whole lot of shit, but you just can't cross the line.
Okay, just me, because Dak did provoke. I don't want to see Jalen Carter get suspended for this because he paid his price. He missed the whole
he did.
freaking game,
He did.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, is that fair?
Yes.
That's fair, but going into the season, the major point of emphasis coming from the referees to the clubs and to the players was respect for opponents. And Aqib knows when they come out with a new rule and a point of emphasis, they are going to emphasize it heavy and early. So I think that's what the refs did here. They just came out, they saw it, and they were like, "Oh man, this is the."
I mean, the
one
ref is
area.
standing between
He's
them.
standing right there.
like-
yeah.
I feel like if you cross the line, your ass gonna get suspended. If you could
think he
toe the
does-
line,
he
you could
deserves to
get
be suspended?
Wait,
Wow.
If you cross the line, bro, it's something gonna happen to you next game.
but
You have to set the tone in the
Okay,
NFL.
but
You
that's
can't-
I don't
Like
like
if
that.
somebody, if you hock a loogie on a nigga neck, you gonna get suspended.
But
bro.
that's you just suspended me.
if you throw up, no,
You
that's
just- you-
you out for this game.
But that's
If you
the
throw-
suspension,
bro.
in a sense.
I threw a punch, second play of the game. Ha! I was out 2 games. They tried to give me 2 games. We appealed it to 1 game. If you cross that line, you gonna get a letter. You gonna have a call on Wednesday and see about that shit.
Who'd you hit?
Crab? I ain't.
Oh, that was a crab.
you
Okay,
crab-
yeah.
I tried.
Go at
Well,
it.
you ripped his necklace off, right? Was that time or
This
another
was
time?
the first time I ripped the necklace off.
Okay.
The second time, he socked Chris in the stomach first play. Next play, he socked me in the stomach. Like, you slow it down now. He socked, boom, hit me in the stomach. Now I'm like, come on, fam, now I got to rip your shit again.
Okay,
Then I ripped this shit off
but
again.
the ref didn't see the socks.
Nah, but the commissioner, Elway made sure the commissioner did. Elway had my back for that shit.
Okay.
He made sure the commissioner saw what was going on, and that's why they reduced it to 1 game. Because, hey, you still threw a punch in the game, you crossed the line. So if you cross the line, bro, you're gonna have to see about that shit.
So you got suspended. You got kicked out of that game?
I got kicked out that game, 3rd play of the game, and I also was out the next game.
He's going to get a
Like
heavy
800
fine.
racks,
letter.
bro. I need
Yeah.
that.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't like is the penalty worth 2 games, right? If it's a 1 game, if you're taking me out of this game, that's a suspension.
Absolutely.
Especially
You paid.
if the game hasn't really started yet. That's my
Spit
suspension.
on the chest feels really disrespectful.
Bro,
Just
that's
saying.
crossing that line,
It's a
bro.
punch
But if you're gonna
and a
suspend
spit.
me, let me finish this game. Suspend me for the next one then.
Nah, see, that's what
But they
crossing
gotta
that
set the
line. You
tone
gotta
in the
miss this
rules.
game and the next.
Yeah, that's
what they gonna do.
That's 2 games for the price.
It's probably gonna come out that he got suspended for 2. Then they go on the pill of shit and make it one. Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Well, they got to make an example out of him.
They got to, bro.
It's a point of emphasis. It's on national TV. Everybody's watching, and then this goes down. So heavy fine, possible suspension.
Okay, this is just me. There's something about one man spitting on another man or one woman spitting on another woman. It's just the ultimate disrespect. Like,
Yeah, it is.
there are words you can say, obviously, that way cross the line, but there's something about if I expectorate on you, if I, and isn't that, to me, I don't know if you guys,
I
if
agree.
anybody ever,
I don't even feel like it's words that can cross the line, bro. You can say what the fuck you want to say.
Well,
I done heard it all in the game. I probably done said it all in the game. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But if you spit on me, fam, like,
Game
I ain't never going to. I'm going to see you at the Super Bowl and like, hey, we going to have to see about that.
that's
shit.
right. That is right.
Real.
I'm
Okay,
actually
but-
surprised at how calm Dak was after getting
Yeah,
spit on.
yeah.
I'm like, that's some serious, like, I would have
Dak got
thought
him.
red.
Yeah,
He got him.
Dak
He
got
got
him.
him.
He
Yeah.
got the exact reaction he was looking for.
But it's always the classic, the second guy gets tossed,
it's always
like
the second.
and he was the
I'm-
second
yeah,
guy.
it's always-
I'm
the second
taking
guy.
I'm taking the spit over a punch. The punch hurt. Spit. I'm sorry.
You mean on disrespect
on
level?
disrespect? Yeah, I'd rather take you spit on me than you hit me.
Really?
Really?
Okay, God.
You know, hits hurt, right?
Yeah.
Luckily, I have yet
The
to be
spit
hit.
I can just wipe off.
They the same thing.
No,
bro.
they not.
They equal.
Now I've seen two fall out. I done seen people sleep. Now I'll take the spit.
Yeah.
Nah, they equal.
You got
No,
me.
I
You
mean,
got me
it's
good.
so-
Punch me in the game when I see you around Super Bowl, Pro Bowl, we're going to have to see about that shit.
Okay, but
if you spit on me in the game, when I see you, we're going to have to see about that shit. So they're
Okay,
motherfuckers on the
so
same
you
level.
said no words, but there's that one word that starts with N and ends with a hard ER. And if a
But I
white
done
guy
heard that
says
shit in
that
the
to
game.
you, if
I
a
done
white
heard
guy
it in the
says
game. I know your emotions high, fam. You ain't really need, you ain't really need that.
Your teammate, you got teammates that
You got
play.
teammates who y'all know you fuck with me. Hey,
man,
I mean,
it's a word I could call you back. You feel me? Call me that. I'm gonna call you a C word that ends with an
I
ER.
understand.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, we could trade words all day long.
Okay.
We can't trade loogies all day long.
Yeah.
Man.
No.
We can't do that.
Yeah.
No.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about football. It's you're out there, you're competing, you're talking shit, getting in each
Exactly.
other's face. But the equalizing factor is you got those pads on and you got to run around out there for 60 minutes.
Hell yeah.
And someone spits on my teammate, someone punches my teammate, I'm like, oh yeah, okay,
yeah.
96, right? Now we're running down the field. I'm shoving them from behind. Okay, it's late in the play. I'm going to maybe take a cut at him. You know, I'm going to get my shots back during
Exactly.
the game, right? This is the spitting is ultimate disrespect, though. You'd have to see me at Super Bowl,
Bro,
Pro Bowl,
you gotta see
something.
that.
We're gonna have a conversation.
Do you remember the classic? It's a little before you guys' time, but is Monday Night Football and Bill Romanowski spit
Yep.
on J.J. Stokes,
Yep.
and you had white guy, black guy spit, and that Denver team went on to win the Super Bowl. My man Shannon Sharp was a sort of captain of the team, and boy, they had to have a come to
Hell
Jesus
yeah.
meeting in the locker room about that because it was their guy spitting on J.J. Stokes, and
Yeah.
not cool.
Not cool.
Yeah, crazy, just craziness. So my biggest takeaway from last night was I did not miss Micah Parsons 1 second.
Wow.
Go, you guys go.
I think the Dallas defense looked good enough for the most part that they didn't miss Micah last night. Now there was a lack of pass rush and there was some pass rush lane, undisciplinedness and let Jalen Hurts go. But I really think would one more sack would have won the game for them last night for Dallas? Would one sack here, would one sack there? I think the pass rush definitely suffered, but I think as a whole, Dallas's defense has to feel good about that outing now. Jalen gutted him with the legs, and they got to get that fixed.
Exactly.
But they held him to 24 points,
But they did fix that when they came
and
back.
they fixed it in the second half by bringing pressure.
Nah, really, he ended the game on a, let me drop back and, first down, game over for y'all boys.
Yeah.
I just feel like, all right, they did do a good job against the running back runs. Running backs had like 95 yards. Saquon had like 60. It was solid, just against the running backs, Gil. Don't look like that. But Jalen Hurts fucking tore the game up with his legs. Now, I feel like if Parsons was there, it might be different. He may run them down on one of them touchdowns on third down. He may run them down on one of them third down conversions. So the pass rush was absent. Jalen did what he wanted to do on his legs. I feel like that's where Parsons show up. Maybe they put Parsons to spy him instead of the guy they had. Who did they have spying him?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Was that Chicago linebacker?
Maybe, and that
Bro,
was a joke. Yeah,
That's a joke. He can't.
He can't.
Bro, he cannot spy Hurts. He cannot tackle Hurts in the open field at all.
Because on the last 3rd and 5, Jack Sanborn,
Yeah, Sanborn
made him look silly.
Bro, he can't. He cannot tackle Jalen Hurts
he
in the open
cannot.
field. Maybe the Cowboys would have had Parsons spying him. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they definitely missed him. They had one sack. It was up the middle. It was a Kenny Clark and another guy. You know what I'm saying?
It was Neeland.
Neeland and Kenny Clark.
Yeah.
They had that sack.
They did.
But I feel like the pressure was not there. Parsons would have maybe had an impact on some of them running touchdowns that Jalen Hurts was able to do.
Maybe.
I didn't even know Kenny Clark was actually in that game. I'm gonna just be honest. I mean, I didn't even know he was. Let's just be honest here, right? That first half, they had a run-a-thon.
Yeah.
They was running all over the place. Kenny, the guy who was supposed to stop the run, was 0-0-0, right? 0 sacks, 0 assists.
He deserved a half a sack on that one because he took Jalen down.
You want to give him a half?
Yeah.
Want to give him a half, 0.5, because somebody else did the work? Okay, but he was 0. He had 0 influence on stopping the run in the first half. Unless his name is Lightning and delayed, then yes, he did a great job in the second half when all the real athletes start slowing down, then he can keep up. That's where he got everything from. He was a non-factor. The defense was a non-factor in the first half. The delayed, what you said earlier, right? Helps the defense.
It definitely does.
Which helped them. And then he started making plays in the second half when the game was reduced to what it was. Because other than that, Jalen Hurts was back there on paid vacation.
Yep.
He was.
Well, my thing is this, right?
Chilling.
So you're going to get all this pressure from Micah. You're going to get him coming off the edge. You're going to get him in Jalen Hurts' face, right? Who else is bringing the pressure on that defense? Jalen was rolling out to wide open sides of the field, right? You know, maybe a little bit of pressure, one other sack, maybe a sack Micah would have brought to the game. But I thought if Dallas is looking at that game and they're evaluating that game, they got stops in the second half. They got Philadelphia off the field. They had opportunities to move the ball, and they fell short.
See, but maybe it's not sacks, though. You know how Micah play. He rush out. He don't stop.
Yes.
He got a motor out this world. So maybe he ain't sacking, but when Jalen don't see nothing, he starts scrambling. Micah is coming, and he faster than Bond. So he running shit down. Maybe it's a field goal difference, and a field goal difference, that's a different ball game.
Right.
Take away one of them touchdowns
Right.
that Jalen got with his legs because the rush was fucking non-existent.
There was nothing.
You feel me?
Well, this
It
is
might
how
not have been that's what I'm saying. It may not have been a sack that changed it. It may just been a 3-yard gain or a 5-yard gain instead of a touchdown. Philly got to kick a field goal.
But I mean, I could have played quarterback. They wasn't rushing. Like, he felt comfortable. He just sitting there, just.
Yep.
He didn't have no. He didn't look at no blind side. He didn't have to do nothing because they're still trying to run the same defense without that player.
Right.
They didn't really blitz in the first half. They didn't do nothing. They was just.
That's why nobody wasn't open because they not blitzing. Y'all 4-man rushing.
Right.
So therefore, okay, y'all got all these guys covering. Nobody open. I'm going to get out.
I'm going to take out.
Now, when Parsons there, we can 4-man rush. And if you try to take out, we going to have somebody on your ass. He almost like a spy. He going to rush you, then he going to run your ass down because he got a motor out this world. So they definitely fucking missed him last.
But that's what I said. It looks like it because there's a delay, and then everything got shut down in the second half. But if you look at the first half, they're just walking through this. I mean, 3 running touchdowns by the quarterback. That's where Superman comes in at.
He
is watching that. He is paying attention to the guy who's trying to score the touchdown with his legs. So when you take him off the field and you're trying to stock Barkley, what about the other guy? I mean, it's.
Yeah, well, you know, Dallas definitely, they were trying to get home with their 4. They were trying to see what they had in the pass rush. They were dropping back. That opened up things for Hurts. But Dallas, even if they had Micah, let's say they had Micah in the second half. They have to start bringing pressure. They weren't getting home. Micah does give you an advantage in the 4-man rush because he's going to get pressure. He's going to move the quarterback off the spot eventually, right? Yeah. But if you're Dallas and you're looking at it, we got this great pass rusher in Micah, but we're still not getting home, then you got to dial up the pressure. Then you sacrifice on the back end. Micah is a dynamic player, but I think, the way Jalen Hurts played last night, that big physical offensive line, would Micah have made a huge difference in that game? Maybe a couple rushes here and there, but I think overall, no.
Richie, he was so dynamic. Micah Parsons last year, he played both games against Philadelphia. And Philadelphia put up 41 on Dallas in one game and 36 on Dallas in the other game. Micah played like Kenny Clark. Was he even out there? That's what I asked myself about Micah twice against Philly last year. Was he even out there? They rushed for 187 in the first game and 179 in the second game. And it was running back rushing. It was Saquon rushing. It was Gainwell rushing. He's not there this year. But they're just they're running our asses off the field. It's a joke game where you can't stop anything that they are calling. None of these runs that hurt them last night were called runs. And I'm going to remind you that Philly's offensive line is the best in football. Hands down. Still is. I know they lost Mekhi Becton, but that kid who stepped in for him, the Alabama kid, they look just as suffocating and dominating and overpowering as they ever have. So you have to do degree of difficulty here. They're really good, and they can really protect him. But Gil, the scenario you're describing, he's just standing back there, he's calling for a pizza, he's having something to drink. Okay, that kind of scenario means that he's going to throw for 450 yards because he's going to stand back there and think about it and say, do I want to throw it to AJ or Devontae, or you know what, I haven't thrown it to Goddard for a while. I think I'll try Goddard this time. That wasn't happening because they're all covered. All of them are covered. A.J. Brown catches one late ball for 8 yards. And you don't think he was trying to get open? You don't think Jalen was looking for him because he's his guy? And they have clashed before. 2 years ago, they had a big falling out. So you don't think Jalen is thinking, I got to get my guy involved here. And he finally forced him the one late ball. But my point is, he's not throwing for 450. He threw for what, 119? We're Jalen, 152. Okay. So he throws for 152 yards. It's pedestrian. It's below average for him because he's dropping back and he's looking and he's looking and he's looking. Trevon Diggs played his ass off last night. I'm telling you, he mostly had AJ. And I didn't even know if he could play or not, but he played, and he played well. Bland played great. Well. Everybody, Kaiir Elam played, again, they're dropping, they're playing coverage, like crazy shell coverage, but Jalen can't find anybody.
Right.
Every play that hurt the Dallas Cowboys last night was an uncalled scramble. And there's no better scrambler. We were talking about Jalen yesterday, and I said he has average set of skills, but he has elite impact because he doesn't have the biggest arm and he doesn't have Lamar's wheels, right? But he's got what Emmett used to have, Emmitt Smith, what they used to call quickness in a confined space, where Emmett was just this kind of quickness, but he doesn't have great downfield speed. Well, Jalen doesn't have great downfield speed, but you want to talk about shifty, shrewd operator in the pocket? He is playing chess, and the rushers are playing checkers because they can't figure out. He's dissecting every angle and saying, well, he's going to overrun me here, and I can duck here, and I can go here, and he is gashing them with scrambles. And he's a powerful man because his legs are so strong in the weight room, so he can run through you at the marker. If he needs to get the extra yards, he'll run over you.
He did that last
He did it. And that's why the tush push is so overpowering, is because his legs are so strong, you just can't stop him. I thought Dallas did a pretty good job against the tush push, and he just, with a second effort, he just rammed the ball across the line, okay? So Jalen was sensational because every choice he made on his scrambles was brilliant. No, I'm telling you, brilliant, where the rush was coming, and he's saying, I can't find. He's going through every progression, and then he's saying, I'm going to get sacked, but I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to shift here, and I'm going to spin here. And all of a sudden, he's killing us with his legs. Every one of them was uncalled. If you were killing me with a called quarterback draw, I'd say, God, you got me on that one. But none of these are called.
Yeah.
They're all this shifty scrambling.
But that's what he was doing, Skip. He was taking what Jalen going to take what y'all going to give him.
He's literally
y'all going to drop 7 people and play shell.
Y'all go drop
Then
20.
okay, y'all got a 4-man rush, and I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
He
If
was
y'all blitz
taking
me,
what he can take.
He was
You know,
taking what
Look
y'all
you're
giving
them.
Now if y'all blitz the shit out of me, now you got to guard my 2 goons.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I bet you one of them go up top eventually.
Okay,
So
eventually.
he's just taking whatever you get.
And by the way, he had one deep throw to Dotson on the other
can-
side,
can you-
and it was beautiful.
Right.
Can you grade their defense in the first half?
Grade my defense?
Yeah, Dallas defense in the first half. Because I hear you. When you're talking
Okay.
about the second half.
Okay,
So
every-
unless you're bringing the lightning every game,
Yeah.
you got to worry about that first half defense. How did that look?
Okay, it looked like Jalen Hurts was playing the most special game of his life. I've never seen him play like that.
How about Barkley?
Okay, nothing.
In the first half?
He
In the
had
first
one-
half?
he had one
First half, he
touchdown.
was walking.
He got 60 total yards.
it was-
He had the whole
He had 50.
It was tough sledding for
He had
Saquon.
61 yards in the first half.
and there were a lot of
And then he had
nine-yard
minus
runs.
1 in the second.
Yes.
So I'm trying to
It dried
ask
up,
you,
yeah.
if unless you're going to bring the lightning with you every road trip,
Yeah.
what about the first half defense, the reality of it?
The reality was Jalen Hurts was spectacular.
Jalen
Like-
Hurts was great last night because he was poised. I
Is-
saw him calm in the
Ah.
pocket. I saw him going through reads. Of course, you want to throw the ball to A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith every single play. But he was poised. He was in the pocket. He went through his reads. And when things opened up or he felt that rush, he made a decision to take the ball down and run. And he wasn't running frantically. He wasn't scrambling backwards. I saw him really poised, eyes downfield. Okay, defense is going to give this to me. Take the run, and what I love to see at the end of the runs was get down. Don't even give that other team a chance to
So
take
what
out
could
your
have helped?
best
What
player.
could have helped, Richie? What could have helped in that situation? What's one thing that we could have added that could have helped?
Pass, rush, lane,
Pass,
integrity.
rush,
Pass, rush, lane, integrity. That's what would have helped. That's what would have helped. If everybody was in their lane
You
and they're
drop 7, you
pressing
better
him.
have a dog-ass
Fight.
guy on
Yes.
that line rushing the
Yes.
pass.
Why didn't it help last year when we got blown
Because
off?
you never had Bland and Diggs playing together. Because DeMarcus Lawrence was hurt. Because Overshawn was hurt. Because the whole damn
Yeah.
Cowboys defense was hurt last year, Skip.
Yeah.
Fight back,
That wasn't
Skip.
even the
Well,
Cowboys
fight
last
back.
year.
Here's
Everybody
the
was
thing.
hurt.
Here's the thing.
Now you got a healthy Cowboys defense, and shit, that's how they look. Only thing they missing was Parsons.
Fight
Yeah.
back, Skip.
That's
This is
it.
Well, here's the one thing that I'll say about that. When you're playing a physical team like the Philadelphia Eagles, right, they want to run the ball. And as an offensive lineman and offensive game planner, if they have 11 out there, we are running at him every single time. I'm bringing a tight end. I'm going to get in a wing. We are going to make it bloody for number 11. So I think it's a win for Dallas last night because they were able to stop the run for the most part, not Jalen Hurts, but they were able to keep Saquon in check. But you lose that liability in the run game. Now Micah is gone,
Richie.
and now you don't have a weak side that you can run to.
So Dante Fowler is that much better than Micah Parsons playing a run? No,
No, not at
Dante
all.
Fowler played fucking 60 snaps last night.
Yeah,
So what?
I know.
What we talking about?
I
Well,
thought he played pretty well.
he played well. He had some
Him and
pressure.
Parsons are the same against the run. They're going to jump out their lane.
Yes.
They're going to do the same shit.
Right.
Dante
Okay.
Fowler and Parsons, they're going to play
So
the
you're
run the
telling
exact
me
same.
they
bro.
missed Micah because Micah can track down Jalen on a scramble. That's all you're saying to me. Not rush him.
That's what
not
he could
pass rush.
He could rush.
Track him down on scramble.
That motor going
Right.
to come into play. He could track his ass down on the scramble. Yes.
He wouldn't have said in
That's
that
what
pocket.
killed him
He
last
wouldn't-
night.
he would-
Scrambles.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that. But
Thank
you
you,
keep
Skip.
saying about.
mean a lot to me.
Okay, wait a minute. You keep saying first half.
Yes.
It's 4 quarters of football.
No. The
You,
game-
you go in and you adjust at halftime.
You
And
didn't adjust until the
all I
game
know-
was delayed,
Here-
and you got an hour that you
Okay,
usually
let me ask
wouldn't
you
have
this
had.
question. I'll ask you this question. If CeeDee Lamb catches either ball in the fourth quarter, who wins the game? Either ball, either one. There's one at the start of the fourth quarter and one at the
Dallas.
2-minute warning.
I mean,
Either one. Either
you
one.
still got to score the touchdown.
Okay.
Unless the ref is going to help you get in there. No.
But all the momentum's flowing that way at that point in the game, right? Dallas
Then
has hung around.
If they go score, Philly going to change how they call. They just running the fucking clock out.
If
they
they-
throwing
if they
checkdowns,
ran,
running the
because
clock.
it was
If y'all
20,
score, now they got to open the
if-
playbook. We don't know what's going to
If
happen.
there was no delay after they got that ball, they're rushing downfield because you didn't have nothing for it at that time. You wasn't stopping them. They would have went right down the field. The delay helped that defense.
Okay, but it helped both defenses.
It slowed
helped
the game
everybody.
down.
It slowed the game down.
There's 3 points in the second half.
It slowed the game down.
So it slowed the game down.
Guess who it slowed down
So
the
it helped
most?
you guys out.
It slowed down my number 88. That's who it slowed down because he went blind. He dropped 2 balls and hit him right in the hand. He did.
You know, before this game, if I were to tell you,
He was cooking, though.
Saquon Barkley had 60 yards rushing,
And a
AJ
touchdown.
Brown
And a touchdown.
and a tud.
Don't forget that.
AJ Brown 1 catch, 8 yards after the 2-minute warning. Devontae Smith 3 catches. If I would have given you that stat line yesterday, and I said, "This is the stat line of the game. Who wins the game?"
But what if I'd have gave you, and then Jalen Hurts gonna have 60 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns as well? I'd have said, shit, probably Philly.
Right. But for they held those runs. Those runs weren't design runs, right? That's Jalen making a play. Could Micah have helped? Questionable. But
We'll never know.
Jalen was the one that broke that game open right there. But I think Dallas, evaluating the film, I think they held everybody else pretty much in check.
They did.
All their big playmakers, right? Jalen was the one that gutted them.
So you're saying,
And I feel like Parsons, like if I was gonna say, all right, I'm on the Eagles defense, all right, who's gonna hold AJ? All right, Bland and Diggs, y'all hold them in check. Who's gonna hold Saquon? All right, I keep forgetting Chicago. What's the backer name?
Jack Sanborn.
Sanborn.
Bourne,
And
yeah.
Kenneth Murray, y'all hold Saquon
Kenneth
in check.
Murray played
Who's
pretty
gonna
well.
hold Dak in check?
Yeah.
Parsons, you hold Dak in check.
Yeah.
I mean, who's gonna hold Hurts in check?
Yeah.
Parsons, you hold Hurts in check.
Yep.
That was his job, and he wasn't there. That's the guy who wrecked the game. So they fucking missed him.
so you're saying 61 yards in the first half. You're saying that was a great run defense.
No, and look at Skip. I ain't say that shit.
What was that?
That was the whole game.
No.
But that was the whole game. We played 4 quarters. That was the whole game.
That was the first half. He had -1 rushing in the second
Right.
half after lightning. So
That is a huge success for the
that's
Dallas
what I'm saying,
defense.
because you're using something that would never happen in a game. You're talking about an hour being put.
Right, yeah.
So
That's where
before
things
this
are, right.
hour being put,
Yeah.
you're talking about 61 yards at the half on the running back, and you're saying that's great
Look,
defense
Dickerson didn't even come back.
Because this is disguised.
They
in
left guards in
something.
the heat
Right.
and said, fuck that, bro. That break was too damn long. I can't even get in the stands
That's
no
what
more,
I'm
bro.
saying.
I'm done.
That's what I'm
They
saying.
put their backup
Right.
guard in. Like,
It's
come on, bro.
disguised. It's disguised because the overall. But when we're saying both teams, here we go. You didn't stop nothing.
Okay, but you don't have any
The game, I can't evaluate the second half. I can't evaluate the
It wasn't
second
real.
half. It wasn't real. I can only judge you about y'all both warmed up. Y'all both went out there.
Right.
What happened?
Right.
You're getting moonwalked through.
It's the Super Bowl champs on banner night in Philadelphia.
Did he moonwalk
Okay,
through?
okay, you don't understand. You do. The first 2 home games last year, Micah Parsons was rolling, baby, and all those guys you said got hurt were not hurt at this point. And freaking New Orleans comes to Dallas for the first home game, and it's 35-19 New Orleans at halftime. And then Baltimore comes, and Baltimore is really good, but it's 28-6 after 3 quarters at Dallas. And they go for 274 rushing, and New Orleans goes for 190 rushing because Micah Parsons is a liability against the run. If you run at him, as Baltimore just ran at him every time, he backpedals like a DB. That's what he does. He backpedals like you on Tyreek. You're just backpedaling, right? Okay, seriously. So my point is you got to put it in the perspective of this was progress, man. This was, we did not get blown. Everybody, you thought it was going to be a blowout. You both said blowout. That's a blowout.
I said it was going to be a game going into the fourth.
Okay, but you said
said-
his score was a blowout.
I said
score,
20,
right?
what you guys scored, to 34. And almost had it have been a touchdown and 3 points. But look, you said
Almost.
I said it's going to be a game going into the fourth, and then a turnover or something going to happen. Philly going to score off of it. It's going to be out of reach. So it was a game going into the fourth. CeeDee caught the dropsies, and then it got out of reach.
You said, but you said
I pretty much was right. I feel like I got it. I hit it on the head. Shit.
You said when a delay happens, you said it before we got to the topic. When a delay happens, it helps the defense.
It's worse on the O-line.
Yeah, both sides became great defensive teams.
Yep.
There's nobody at the half, not one no commentator said, oh my God, Dallas defense looks amazing with Kenny. No one said that.
But nobody was expecting that.
Huh?
Was anybody expecting
No, at
that?
the half,
amazing.
at the half, because they was moonwalking through everything. Everybody was like, yeah, this Dallas defense kind of looks
I know, but Dallas-
That's what everybody was saying at the half.
But Gil, Dallas is moonwalking through Philly.
Dallas
They
running
were.
right through it.
But they
were
didn't lose Micah.
physical.
They didn't disguise and say
They lost Jalen Carter.
But I'm saying,
Okay, they
but
did.
they didn't have the excuse of we traded him to look better at the rush.
Right.
At the half, they were talking how the rush looked amazing for Eagles.
Okay.
That's what the halftime show was
All right,
like.
and I'm thinking, damn, we can really run the ball this year.
Oh,
but
okay.
there's no Jalen Carter. I give you
Jalen
that.
Carter not in the game.
The offense looked good. But
That's like taking Warren Sapp out.
They were
It's
pounding
like
the
taking
ball.
Reggie White out.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, we just not gonna look the same if Warren Sapp out.
I give you that. But I thought Javonte Williams was washed, like just gone, and he looked
good.
decent.
Nah, he run hard.
He looked
Huh?
good.
He ran hard.
He's gonna run hard.
There was that one where he
I'm a
got
Broncos fan. I watched Javonte for a few years.
Oh, yeah,
He gonna
yeah.
fucking run hard, but let's go, Blue and Miles Sanders. Be ready to go
Yeah.
because he just ain't gonna give you that explosion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jaden Blue,
He asking- he
Jaden
asking
Blue
about
didn't
that.
get on the field last night. They didn't even.
He has power though, because that was that
Yeah, he got power.
that run where
He
he was
run
like,
hard
it
as
looked like
shit.
he got hit with probably like the 8-yard line, and he carried it.
Bro,
6
he run
yards.
hard and shit.
Nice.
He
Got him
run
all the way to
hard.
the one.
No Jalen Carter in the middle of that defense allowed Dallas Cowboys offensive line to get started. You have a young crew on the
Yep.
offensive line. They're all coming together, and those boys were teeing off.
Yep.
And they were going right at the middle of that defense. 96 power, 97 power scored
And
right up
to
the
your
gut.
point, Dak
Great.
did say after the game, we were able to change our blocking scheme without Jalen Carter
Yep.
in the middle of the line. So
100%.
whatever they had planned,
Yeah.
which is 2 on him.
Well,
every
that's it.
time.
Yeah, I mean, when you
exactly.
have Jalen
Yeah.
Carter in the middle, you need 4 hands, 4
Yeah.
eyes
You
on
just
him.
do.
Exactly.
We're in the huddle. We got someone looking. Which side is he on? Where's he at? Where's he at? And we get up to the line of scrimmage. Great players like that. Where is his big ass at? And when
At
he
all
is
times.
gone, I mean, you literally you're drawing in the plays in the dirt over there because you're like, oh man, he's gone. We can single some things up.
Exactly.
We can double team other bodies. Jordan Davis was out there last night. He wasn't ready to play all those plays.
Nope.
Big number 90 had the hands
At
on
all.
the hips. You know, he's thinking there's going to be a rotation, and I think it was good for the Dallas Cowboys offensive line to get started and get some wins, get some positive runs against that defense because that gave them momentum.
It did.
Yeah.
Okay, correction. He had 49
At
rushing yards
halftime.
at the halftime
Okay.
And a touchdown.
and a touchdown.
And it was a good touchdown. That was his best
Yeah.
run of the night.
It
That
was.
he ran physical.
Physical.
Yeah.
That was a physical run right
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
I was impressed. But I was
So you're happy with the defense? Now, let's just be honest.
given. Yes, I'm ecstatic about it. I'm serious. I think our pass rush is way better than you guys are giving it credit for.
didn't-
Ezra Rawaku, the
What did you-
rookie, he had a couple of little flat, number 41 off the edge, but hey,
I seen him get
Okay,
DET'd one time. Like, bro, I ain't like it, Skip. I just ain't
No.
like the rush. It was
the rushing.
it was non-existent to me.
I think the rush for them is going to have to come from pressure. I think they're going to have to,
Okay.
to not cover in the back end and bring some pressure and mix those guys
Hey.
up. They have a good group of athletic guys
do.
up front. And last night they were playing the best offensive
Exactly.
line in the NFL. I
And
mean,
everybody not gonna have AJ and Devontae, so you'll be able to get out that shell, play some man.
Right.
So
okay, so I'm tweeting all night. Blitz them just one time because Eberflus came from Chicago and took over, obviously. Well, we go all the way to the lightning delay. We haven't blitzed one time.
Not once.
And you're playing not to lose to me, where you're just saying, bend, don't break, bend, don't break. And you're breaking to me. You broke in the first half because they had 21 points. Okay? So go after him and try to. You're going to risk one big throw to AJ that's going to break it open, but I don't care. You also might take down Jalen and maybe he'll lose the handle on it.
Right. Yeah, and then Jalen's feet broke this game open. I mean, that was a backbreaker. They weren't just, easy pickups. Those were back-breaking runs
Yeah, they were.
in critical parts of the game.
Yep.
Yeah, when you're looking at the
When
game,
you
I mean,
needed
it was
them,
it was an incredible quarterback game. You came today with a Jalen Hurts jersey on. Jalen Hurts, 19 of 23 in the air, accounted for 62 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, and Dak looked great too. He looked healthy. He looked sharp. I would love to see his stats if CeeDee wasn't Butterfingers,
So would
right?
I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk quarterbacks. What are you guys going to give Dak? What grade are you giving Dak? What grade are you giving Jalen Hurts from last night?
I'll take it. I'll go. I'm gonna give Dak a B. I feel like he threw dots all night. He controlled the game. He did not turn the ball over. he had a great grasp of the game.
He did.
Led them boys, you know what I'm saying, from the
Yep,
start.
he did.
You know what I'm saying? As soon as Jalen Carter came across the line, he jumped up. I'm the leader out here. So.
Yep.
But on a drive of the fumble, the 50-yard run happened. Dak missed Ferguson. He underthrew Ferguson.
He did. Mm-hmm.
That should have been a touchdown right there. The fumble would have never happened.
But to Gil's point, they got the break on
They did. But before we even need that,
Yeah,
if
I
you
know.
throw that touchdown,
It's a touchdown,
now y'all
man.
take the lead. It's
Yep.
27-24. I mean, now
Yep.
the Cowboys take the lead. It's 27-24.
Yep,
He missed that throw.
he did.
So I'm going to bring you a letter. If you can make a game-changing play and you don't make it, I'm going to bring you down a letter grade. So everything else I feel like was flawless.
Yeah.
But he missed that. That's a major throw he missed. I give him a B.
All right.
I'm going to go B+. B+ because of the CeeDee drops. I thought Dak looked sharp. He looked in command of the offense. Pocket movement was excellent, right? His hamstring, that's a big question.
Yep.
Hamstrings can't hurt forever. I pulled my hamstring.
Shit.
It still hurts. It still hurts.
He tore his off the
And
bone.
yeah, he tore his off
bone.
the bone, right? So that I thought he looked incredible moving around. Moving just enough, delivering accurate throws. Play action clicked because they had the run game going. They were physical up front. CeeDee's drops capped Dak's ceiling last night, right? Those were the third down drop. Those are momentum killers. Those are drive killers. And so I'll go B+ for Dak.
All right. You just can't get there.
I'm B- C+.
All right.
Right, I just didn't. I mean, he managed the game. He looked great. He did. He made plays that he was supposed to make. They just didn't happen. If he makes those plays and the receivers catch him, we give him an A for it. So the fact that it didn't happen, you got to get penalized like anything else. It revolves around you. I didn't think he imposed his will like Jalen was doing. Right? There's just those moments where they needed you. Right? You're trying to make they needed you to make plays. I just didn't think he did enough to win the game. He needed hero plays. He was trying to make the hero play, but I'll give him a C+ because it wasn't on you. It was there. There should have been plays that would have been made that was out of your control. So I'm gonna give you a B-. I give him a B-.
Oh,
Those
you're
are all-
raising it from a C+ to
I'm gonna give him a B-.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's like when I
Talk yourself into
go through
it.
some of the plays. Those are his. Because if you don't fumble, I'm pretty sure he makes a play that scores a touchdown. Right. So there's things that like they're hitting your hands. That's.
Yep. Those are all good and fair points. But I'm going to go A- just because he has let me down so many times in the past that his bar is low for me now, where he went way above his bar. But I told you guys yesterday, in Philly, the stadium fits his eye, and I don't know why he just likes it there. He's in a comfort zone because he came into the game with 10 touchdowns and no interceptions in 6 games in Philadelphia. So he exited the game with
10 touchdowns, no interceptions.
But he didn't throw a pick, and he didn't lose a fumble, and he didn't get sacked. He got rid of the ball when it was time, and he ducked a couple of sacks, which was pretty impressive. And yet, to your point, he did underthrow Ferguson and tore me up because he's got a step on.
Oh, it's
was
a
it
touchdown.
Bond? I think it was on Bond. Yeah, and it's
On
just
Bond.
a touchdown. You just got to get it here. Just get it up.
That's Ferguson
Because
now.
he's 6'4" and he can just go up and get it. And then the other one that tore me up was he's got George Pickens single covered in the end zone, and he throws it out of bounds where it was uncatchable. Well, George Pickens is an aerial artist. He is the best deep ball catcher in the league.
He is.
He is a jump ball expert. That's just what he does. He's a specialist. You have to put the ball where he can just out jump the DB for it. I forget which. I think it was. I'm not sure which side it was, but
It was on the offense left.
it was the left
Defensive
side.
right.
Yeah,
But it's in the corner, and that's like a misfire to me. But to your point, if CeeDee catches 3 out of the 4, the numbers look so much better. And Dallas wound up overall with 307 total yards to 302 for Philly. So something was going right. And Dak at an authoritative level where I kind of trusted him last night. Like it felt right to me. Like
Dak did.
he was
Likewise.
in charge.
Yeah, he didn't look like
Dak didn't lose the game.
And he threw dots. He put the ball
Yeah.
right where it was supposed to be all game.
Just
So
that one
I didn't
shot,
knock
just
him.
the one.
I didn't deduct points off Dak for the drops. That ain't on Dak. That's gonna get CeeDee a fucking D for the game.
Yeah, I
You know what
know.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, that's true.
So I didn't take points off for the drops. I just took points off for what Dak didn't do. He missed that throw, and even on the Pickens throw, I feel like the DB pass interfered him. Like Pickens couldn't even jump.
Yeah.
If that was a clean ball, if you throw that same ball in practice, Pickens gonna go up, catch that, keep his feet in. He gonna go catch it. So I feel like Dak put it kind of far out, but Pickens could go get that and stay in if he's untouched. That was pass interference right there, but they didn't call it. So,
Yeah.
so I didn't knock Dak for that throw either.
Do you think that there could have been a couple more flags last night for pass interference? I thought one or two could have
On
gotten
Pickens,
thrown.
I feel like they just fucking.
no.
Yes.
I feel like the league kind of, he kind of got the shiesty mask on with the he do his shit. So
He's a dog.
the refs kind of
He's a
see him
dog.
in that light. So it's hard for him to get a flag. Every time they throw a deep ball to Pickens, it's pass interference, bro.
Facts.
And he's such a big physical
Exactly,
presence.
so he-
it's like someone going in the lane back in the day. You might get the bucket, but you're gonna pay for it.
Exactly.
And he's such a big physical guy that he doesn't get some of those. He doesn't get some of those calls.
I definitely thought he could have got a few more last
Yeah,
night.
that's what I thought too.
Yeah. I was
we
thinking.
did have one little Pittsburgh flash of the diva in him.
Yeah.
When he
Yeah. Oh
did a
yeah.
headlock.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey,
boom.
and then the
Flag.
next play,
Dallas got a
Miles
flag.
Sanders fumbled.
Dallas got a
Yes.
flag on that play. We actually got a penalty on that play,
Yep.
believe it or
Yeah.
not.
Skip, do you
But
think
here's-
we have 2023 Dak back?
He's just got to stay upright. When he stayed healthy the whole year, he was second in the MVP. So
Yeah.
he's a regular season wonder. After that, I don't trust him at all. But just in the regular season, I do. So the irony of last night was, for me, Dak and CeeDee have been at each other's throats for 2 or 3 years, where they're always on each other. You didn't do this. No, you didn't do this. You're letting me down. No, you're letting me down. And I told you the other day that after that Green Bay playoff loss at home 2 years ago, CeeDee's mom posts on Instagram, Dak ain't it. And when your mom is speaking for you, you're speaking for CeeDee to me, right? Okay. And yet last night, when the game ended, I'm thinking, CeeDee, you ain't it tonight, right?
Yeah.
Dak's mom's got to get on there.
Yeah.
That's right. And do it.
If you're gonna bitch and moan for the ball, you got to catch it when it comes your way.
Yeah.
Got to.
Man.
Well, they all.
What do you give Dak?
I give him B+.
B+.
Yeah, I think Dak played well last night. He didn't lose the game. That's the plus in it.
Like, was those all catchable?
They was all even the last pass,
Even
the
the
dive,
last one.
bro. I seen a high school kid make that same
yeah.
catch last Friday, bro.
Come on.
At Allen High School at the game, I seen the kid
I
make
agree.
that same catch, and he fucking CeeDee Lamb, so I expect him to catch it.
Yeah.
You feel me?
You're one of the
Everything
best-
else was for sure catchable.
Yes, 3 out of those 4 for sure catchable. But CeeDee, you're the man. You owe us for those 3. You got to catch that
Exactly.
4th one. That 4th one, that makes up for all the drops. We wouldn't be talking about the drops if he had that spectacular catch.
CeeDee
right there.
probably caught that ball like 7, 8 times.
Oh, those are routine.
Like, bro,
Oh,
that
those
was
are routine,
a dive, 2
bro.
hands on the ball.
Bro, 2
You
hands.
ain't come get hit or nothing. You just dropped it, fell on the ground, and sat there like, damn.
To CeeDee's credit, he said after the game, I pray for those moments.
Exactly.
Because he does. He prays for those moments.
Exactly.
Well, it was just, it was,
When you're a big time player, you pray for those moments,
Yeah.
and especially CeeDee and what they got riding on this season.
Yep.
You want to be in that position.
Hell yeah.
You want to carry the team, right? We lost Micah a week ago. Those guys in the locker room, there's some bullshit. We just lost
No.
Micah.
Right.
Like, we got to go out there with our hand tied behind the back the rest of the year because we're not replacing them. That's when your leaders need to step up.
gotta
That's
step
when
up.
Dak. That's when CeeDee. That's when Jake Ferguson starts growing up, becoming a leader.
I mean, he did look great. I mean, he did look good in that first half, though.
Nah, CeeDee's
He was-
solid.
He was solid.
Yeah,
It was
CeeDee's
just-
nice,
just-
bro.
Yeah, he was
I
looking
was
nice.
hoping
I
he
was
would
like-
fall to me in the 8th pick of my fantasy draft. My best friend
He
in
still
Miami.
put up
so-
some
He
solid
did.
fantasy
Yeah,
numbers,
yeah,
though, right?
yeah, of
He
course.
still had a solid game.
But it would have been
catches
a he would have been amazing.
amazing.
Nice, but it would have been a blow. It would have been huge.
But it's about those
Yeah.
moments that you need them.
Yeah.
That's what
It's the
matters.
big moments.
It's the
That's
big
when you need
moments.
It's momentum.
He had
It's
107
momentum
yards.
game.
momentum.
If he catches every ball thrown to him, does he have 200?
Shit, 190.
Right?
Yeah.
Shit,
He's right
something
there.
close to it.
He's right there. That's a monster game.
For real.
And momentum. And momentum. Like,
Yeah, that's the most
complete those catches.
Yep.
Dallas
Oh, right.
keeps rolling.
Especially especially in the moment of time, because
Right?
this game
Yeah,
is locked dead. There's
that's how
nothing
you
going on.
build.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what do you give Jalen?
Let me check my notes. A+. Hey, I feel like Jalen Ball, man. He didn't force not one thing. You see him, he look at AJ. Nah, you ain't got it.
Yeah.
Y'all dropping 7. Y'all doubling him. Y'all rolling to him. So he ain't forced nothing. He just took what the defense gave him all night. He ain't throw for many yards, but he fucking wrecked the game.
He did.
With his legs.
Yep.
Every time it was a crucial play from the red zone, he used his legs. Touchdown. Red zone, touchdown. Third down, first down. Third down, first down. And for the game, it's third down again. Y'all gonna spy me with, what's his name again, Skip? I'm
Jack
sorry.
Sanborn.
Sanborn, y'all gonna spy me with Sanborn?
Yeah.
Put that foot in the ground, first down. Now let's take a knee, get up out of here.
He literally
He wrecked the game
broke
with his legs.
ankles. Yeah.
Bro, he put the boy on the ground.
He did. He put him on
He
the
wrecked the
ground.
game with his legs.
Yep.
He didn't turn the ball over.
Yeah.
Hey, man, A+. That's how you win. He know how to win, I told you.
Yeah.
A+.
A+.
Yeah, he's a baller. I'll go A. I'll go right on A. And I was borderline minus or plus. But I'll stick right on A because he was the engine of Philly's offense, right? Everything went through him. When you sit there and you talk about the game with Philadelphia, you got to stop Saquon Barkley, you got to stop A.J. Brown, you got to stop Devontae Smith, and I felt like for the most part they did. They took those guys away. They weren't dynamic. Those runs were backbreakers. Those runs came in critical times. Like I said before, he was poised, he was calm, he took what the defense gave him, and he protected himself on the back end of those runs. Why I didn't go A+, and we can kind of lump Kevin Patullo, the new offense coordinator, in this is A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith didn't get the ball.
Yeah.
There wasn't one big play. I would have went A+ if there was just one big deep shot to A.J. Brown or something across the middle where you let A.J. run and
He hit Dotson deep one time.
did.
hit Dotson. I like Dotson. I think
He's a nice
Dotson.
third receiver.
It was a dot to dot.
To a dot downfield.
He
You got
did.
a one-on-one matchup.
Yeah. I just, like we said, we talk about momentum, we talk about imposing your will. I would have just loved to see a ball to AJ and just let him rumble through a linebacker, a nickel, a safety, and stuff like that. So,
See, that's why I gave him an A+ though, because he didn't say, I gotta give one to AJ, let me just force it.
yes.
Like he didn't force nothing.
Yeah, you're right.
He didn't force not one pass all night. That's why I gave him the A+, bro.
Yeah.
He not worried about what AJ gonna do this. I know he gonna do that. He gonna have his games he ball. Motherfucker make $20 million a year. He all right.
Yeah.
So he can take that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can take AJ in my ear.
Yeah.
I get him when somebody want to load this box or spy me or stop Saquon and I can get him. Now he gonna go crazy.
Yes.
That's why I gave him the A+, because he ain't forced nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go A+ because banner night, the environment. You know, you're losing one of your best, players at the beginning of the game, and you made every play you needed to make as a winner. When you're talking about winning plays, right? That extra yard that you got to get as a running back, that reach over, as a defensive player, somebody try to jump through and y'all push, like the little thing that takes you over the top. One catch from Lamb takes him over the top. What I didn't give Dax a B+ for is because he didn't, when they needed him to do just something right.
That's true. I agree.
He did it. That 3rd and 3 where, if it was 4th down, they had to kick and gave them one more chance. He made the play to win the game. And, you got to give credit when credit's due. He didn't make no great plays. He didn't make no spectacular plays.
Right.
But he made the plays to get that win.
Right.
And, sometimes that's all it is. The pressure's on. This is building this hype. They playing hard. Lightning came down. We not scoring. 3. Fucking 3 points. Let me just make this, seal this game. That's all we can say.
Lost his D tackle, lost his left guard. Hey, he ain't flinched at all.
Him a lot. No, he's a stud.
So, just for the record, I grew up hating the Philadelphia Eagles, and I still hate this color of green. I would never wear it because it makes me sick at my stomach. And I wore this jersey today to honor this man, number 1, for them, because that was some high-level National Football League quarterback play. It's the best game I ever saw him play. So I'm going even beyond you guys. I'm going A++, because I don't know that a quarterback could play better. You have more issues with Patullo's calls. I agree with you. When you got A.J. Brown, just call something early in the game. Just let him touch it.
I would have loved to see that.
Just flip it to him. Just let him start, stop, and catch a ball. a little wide receiver screen or something. You just have to figure that out. But that's on more Petula than on Jalen, because Jalen controlled a close football game from start to finish. He was masterful. It was one of those you put up on the mantle, where you just say that was a big-time game, because it was a tone-setting game for the year. It would have been a big deal for the Dallas Cowboys to win that game. It would have launched their season. That's what I thought was going to happen, and he made that wrong. And it was all about him from start to finish, so I honor him, because he doesn't have, the Josh Allen skill set or the Mahomes. He doesn't have that stuff, but what he has, he makes it work at the supreme level, where he's as good as it gets in the league. Like if I have a game I need to win, a Super Bowl game, I want him in my huddle. I want that guy, because he will make the right choices. Think about what he did. He's 19 of 23 with 3 throwaways, because they did get a little pressure.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And he would just give it up. There's no forcing. I'm not going to force it. I'm not just going to throw it up for grabs. Dak had a long history of just throwing it up for grabs when he's under fire. Yeah. Jalen just said, no, I live to play another play.
That's it.
And here we go. We'll get him next time. And he got us next time every time. And they gave, I don't know who it was, somebody dropped one. But my point is, he was flawless. Like 19, it easily could have been 23 of 23, because I didn't see a single mental or physical mistake from him the whole night. And every quarterback makes a couple of games where you misfire a little bit, or you force one. You shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have tried
Right.
that. But there was no gunslinging. If he's gunslinging last night, we're going to win the game.
Right.
That's what I think. Because Trevon and Bland, they are ball hawks now. That both of them. You know what? They got you in them. They got a little bit of that see ball, get ball.
Get that ball.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So not one time did they ever get their hands on a ball? No. Not one time.
He ain't give him a chance.
Nope, didn't give him a chance.
smart,
So
efficient.
congratulations. I honor you, Jalen Hurts, today.
Yeah, the audience is giving Jalen an A, Dak a B. I think we kind of all
Yeah.
agree with that. I'm fired up. We have so much going on this
Yeah.
weekend. I'm so excited.
The chat asking, is that Packers green? Because
Close.
So it's Packers green for Parsons.
For Parsons. Yeah.
Or Packers green for
Packers green for Parsons.
You know, Skip, that's his guy.
Yeah, speaking of Parsons.
But wait a second. I think the chat's also asking, is that a Jets jersey?
I didn't
It
know
was the closest. It was the closest. I was trying to hide it.
right?
Hey, no, I was trying to Hey, Skip, I was trying to hide it. Just get the green on. I was trying.
It's Randall Cunningham.
That's why I had to sit back here and put this on. Hopefully you didn't see it.
Gil walked in and Skip goes, Boomer Esiason never played for Philadelphia.
Hey, he walked in, I said, is that Randall Cunningham?
I thought it was Randall.
No, you see, I just sat back, had this. I was gonna try to put it like this. Yeah.
Nah, for real.
You really, really tried. Let's bring it back.
tried.
Let's bring it back to Micah, because Micah is going to play with the Packers on Sunday against the Lions. So this is going to be a big game. What are
Big
we going to
game.
see from Micah? Aqib, what do you expect to see from Micah on Sunday?
I expect to see what we always see from Micah.
Or do we always? He would say that we don't always.
And that's
What do we
what
see?
Skip said.
He's the whole arguments that
We
been.
watch different games. You know what I'm saying? I know I see Micah. He get 15 sacks a year. He get a whole bunch of pressure. But on Sunday, we're going to see 3 to 4 splash plays, like 2 real good pressures, a nice rundown on somebody, about a sack and a half. It's going to be he going to leave his mark on the game about 3-4 times, and like he always do, in my opinion. But I think the Lions still win. I think he lose the game. He lose his first game as a Packer. The Lions, they've been beating up on them boys, you know what I'm saying? So he was 2-0 last
Wait,
year.
you paid Micah record money and he ain't going to turn the tide?
He gonna do his thing.
Oh.
I think they playing a pretty good team, you know what I'm saying?
Pretty good
It's a pretty good team who's putting up
Pretty
the
good
wins.
quarterback.
Pretty good.
I think he sacks Jared Goff maybe 1.5 times. He make a splash pass breakup, a rundown.
Yeah.
He's gonna leave his mark on the game for sure.
Okay.
But I think they lose the game. I like the Lions to win the game. So
Spotlight's gonna be on him. He's gonna be a crazy
he
dog
gonna,
today.
He gonna do his thing though.
New team,
New team.
right? New money.
Big news.
A lot
And
to
I
prove.
think, that he already has somebody that he's comfortable with, and was it Love?
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that because of everything that's been going on with him, I think he has something to prove, right? This is one of these situations where he's going to put everything on tonight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
To prove that he's worth that money. So
Yep.
I think he's going to come out and try to stamp his mark on the game, win or lose.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna notice him for sure.
Yep.
Do you think they win or lose, though? What's your prediction?
They playing the Lions.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Lions
But the
tapped
amount
that
of
ass.
They've been tapping that ass up in Green Bay. So
tapped that ass
yeah,
all
I
the
mean,
time.
I'm giving it to the Lions.
But the amount of people that believe now the Packers are going to win the Super Bowl since Micah Parsons is through the roof.
it is.
I mean,
Right?
I'm not one of them.
it reminds him of the same thing. White gets there, 4 years White, they win a championship. Now you got the same type of player
Yeah.
coming in. So I'm pretty sure.
And they already got a good ass defense.
yeah, and they are.
Yeah.
Yes,
They
he's
do.
just
But
a-
if they can't
he
beat
just
the
finishes
Lions,
plug.
they can't win the Super Bowl. So
Right.
let's find out.
I think in the next 3 years, I really believe that Green Bay will be the team, moving for that championship because
Yep.
their defense will be locked in.
Yeah. This is what I expect from Micah, and I'm sorry to be a hater, but I think Detroit is physical. They run the football.
Hell yeah.
They're going to be keying on 11 when he's on the field.
They will.
They are going to be running at him because I want to see what his conditioning looks like.
Yep.
I want to see how that back feels. I want to test him. I want to run at him. And I know Detroit does a ton of stuff with shifts and motions, and they're going to get Micah lined up in the exact spot. I want to see him hold up. I want to see him hold up for 4 quarters. I see him more as a situational pass rusher right now. Most likely going to make a splash play. Most likely going to chase down the quarterback, get a hit. I'll go out on a limb. I'll say half a sack.
Half a sack.
Half a sack.
I'll say he'll split one with Rashawn Gary. Those two guys coming off the edge. But I really think I honestly just think as a former player, not going through camp, not getting those reps, not being greased up. With a back injury, we don't know how bad it is. It could be my back, or it could be
that's what he's saying.
my back, right?
Catch me out, baby.
So yeah, I'm not setting a real high bar for his first outing. I think Detroit's physical, and I think they're gonna scheme him up.
All right, here's what I've heard about Micah's back. Jerry didn't believe it was an issue because Jerry just kept saying he's negotiating. This is when they're going back and forth and really clashing. I was told that Micah, to prove Jerry wrong, flew out here to L.A. to see Dr. Watkins. I don't know if you guys know
Yep.
the Watkins.
I did the same thing one time.
Did you really?
Yep.
Okay, and it's father and son. I think he came to see son, from what I was told. But he wanted to show Jerry with a second opinion, as opposed to just the cowboy doctor, I got an issue here. I don't know how the issue started, to your point. He was holding in, but he wasn't doing anything. I don't know if he did it in the weight room. I don't know what happened because he didn't do it on the practice field.
Right.
So I don't know if he slipped and fell down the stairs. I don't know what happened. But he wanted to prove I got a real issue here. So now he's going to Green Bay, and they have already said him getting on the football field on Sunday will require an epidural steroid injection. And I've had several of them, one from Dr. Watkins.
Yep.
And they ain't fun to start with. I don't know how, have you guys had?
I've had one. It's not
Okay.
fun. And the fact that he is getting an epidural this early in the season
Yes.
is very telling because he's in pain.
Okay.
Exactly.
Right.
And just for those who don't get this, the epidural is just masking it. It's not healing. It won't
But
heal
it's
you.
a hell of a mask, though, Skip.
It's a hell
It
of a
works
mask.
It's a hell of
It
a
just
mask.
blocks out everything, right? Okay, I got you. But it just smells like it's going to be a little bit of an ongoing issue. And I can't play doctor from this chair, so I don't know. But it doesn't smell right to me. It smells like this is some serious business because it's L5, it's your low disc. And they're calling it a sprain. I don't know how you sprain it, but whatever. I don't know. So then I look at the Packers. So they have skyrocketed up with his addition to now they're tied for 5th in Super Bowl odds with the Detroit Lions. So the odds makers are saying you guys are 50-50. You're the 5th best odds to win this whole thing. So they go out and they draft Matthew Golden for Jordan Love. Way to go. And they signed, for what it's worth, Mecole Hardman, who's he can run. You know, he's a little speedster, as you know, to help Jordan Love. So their wide receiver room is packed. They're deep at wide receiver. Detroit has been completely overlooked the whole offseason because they lost both coordinators. They lost 2 offensive linemen who retired or are gone. You know, they're just gone. And I still like them, and I still believe that their game plan will be to run it. He's now wearing number 1. So he's got this in Packer green, right? Made him look, I see him on the practice field, and it made him look skinny because it's such
that one
skinny
gonna make
number,
you look a little
right?
slim, but
It just does.
He's
So,
still 248.
He's in there,
Yeah.
yeah. And I'm sure he can still fly even with an epidural injection. But again, if you make me say who's going to win it, I just think Detroit's still a little better because they didn't lose their head coach,
Right.
and he has set the tone for that franchise. So I think they're a little better than Green Bay, and I think they will win at Green Bay on opening day.
Yeah, the Lions healthy, man. They healthy. They defense was decimated with injuries last year too. So
Yeah.
they healthy. They added.
They got their pass
added,
rusher.
They added a corner. They got JR.
They
you know what I'm
did.
saying? Added a corner. They drafted a D tackle first round.
They did.
So they got some reinforcements as well, and they healthy. So I think the Lions win the game. I think they do run at Parsons, and like I said, we see what we always see from Parsons. They might be successful running at Parsons, but he's still going to leave his mark. He's going to make 3-4 splash plays in the game. That's what he do. So he going to do what he do. The Lions going to do what they do. So
Well, if he does it for them, it'll be the first time I've seen him do it. That's all I know.
So tell me this. Oh, go
Back
ahead.
injury
Back
Yeah.
injury.
during the middle of negotiations.
But
Yeah.
Skip is saying.
I've done it before. We all done it. It wasn't in practice. It was in we not seeing eye to eye.
Right.
Shit hurts. And then your doctors check me out.
Yeah.
I'm fine. So I'm going to fly all the way out here.
Yeah.
Here's doctor.
Yeah.
what I'm
Some
telling you-
some shit's fucked up, right?
Yeah.
Like it's one of those things. You have to play the game. He needs the shot. I guarantee you nobody's going to see that shot being injected into his body.
You could be right. You could be right.
But I mean, I've been there. I've had, my knee hurt. You know, you fined me $50,000. My knee hurts today.
It's
Exactly.
it's the modern day hold-in. It's,
Yeah, yeah.
It's a
Hell
modern
yeah.
day hold-in, and the only way you can get leverage in a negotiation is to withhold services. And
Exactly.
to be there every day,
Yep.
and which makes it 10 times more awkward, right?
Yeah.
You have the best player on your team, and he's being malcontent. And I'm not saying this, Micah. It happened a little bit with Micah, but it's happened time and time again. Everyone's in camp, everyone's grinding, and your best player is just over there, just hanging out.
Yep.
And they're not making any headway on the
Yeah.
contract.
Yep.
He's pissed off.
Yep.
The team's pissed off. Brandon Ayuk last year with the 49ers.
Yep.
Like that situation stunk. I thought that they were going to deal him, but you know now our only power is to hold in and to withhold your services. Oh, my back.
Exactly.
You throw an MRI out. Where does it hurt? Right about there.
Right
yeah,
there.
right there. It hurts. I can't play.
And
you
the
know?
thing
That's-
about your back is,
You can't see it.
the thing about your back is everybody's back messed up.
Oh, it's
Look,
fucked,
Like
yeah.
like Kinsey, you can go to the doctor. You can go to Dr. Watkins right now. You play a little pickleball. You feel me? You go right
Come
now.
on,
My
give me
back.
one.
You gonna leave there. He gonna prescribe you. You should get an epidural because he's trying to get his money too. You
Right.
should get this. He gonna run your bill up on the insurance. And he gonna write something that say, yeah, she got a little L5, little bulge in her L5. Like
Yeah.
that's what they do. Doctors sell drugs. He's gonna sell you some drugs if you go in there. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's back is a little bit messed up just from being active all your life. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's an easy out.
Yeah.
Okay, in football, I hear it. In basketball, if there's a negotiation going on, as players, we always side with the player,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like that in
100%, yeah.
football because it's like,
That's our dude. That's in the locker room, right? Where it's us against them. We're all
Okay.
trying to get
All right.
paid,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
If you're not going to pay Micah, what
How
are
you
you going
gonna
to
pay
pay?
me?
What are
Exactly.
you going to pay me?
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? If you're going to bust these guys' heads over a contract, what's going to happen when I come to get mine?
Yeah.
So yeah, we're always with the
Hell
player, and that's what makes the hold-in so awkward, right?
Yeah.
You're with the player, but he's pissed off, and he's not talking to anybody, and he's removed, right? And you need him on the practice.
And we understand, like, shit, Mike.
We get it.
Don't
Yeah,
fucking
yeah, we get
Don't
it.
play Mike until they fucking pay you.
We understand. Listen, we
you
un-
setting the tone for the rest of us. So
Yes.
don't play. You win this battle. That means the rest of us got a shot to win
yeah,
this
that's
battle.
it makes it awkward because he's mad at the organization, but he still ain't talking to us. And we we on your side in reality because we know
it's more like,
media might make it
we
seem
get
like
it.
that.
We support you. We get it. We have 99% of us grinding in the weight room, on the field. I mean, you're getting it in. Like, that's when you're building your team. That's when you're building camaraderie. That's when you're laying the foundation for the year. And then you have an outlier. And it's just like, it's just so awkward. It literally just reeks throughout the entire organization because, you know, similar to the Emmitt Smith thing with Jerry Jones back in the day. Emmitt misses the first 2 games of the season. Who's the most upset? It's all the guys in that locker room who are having to answer questions about why Emmitt isn't here. We don't know why he isn't here. He's the best player on earth. Get that guy his money.
Exactly.
So it's just an awkward situation. And I fully expect the NFL owners to go in the next collective bargaining agreement, eliminate the hold-in. And then that will really take away all leverage a player has for negotiations because owners don't like this. Owners don't like seeing their prize pick sitting on the bench in the preseason.
Well, Aqib, tell me this. Worst trade, Micah Parsons or Luka?
Ooh.
Ooh, are you
The hoop
stumped?
reference from my dog Gil. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to say right now, today, sitting right here in the arena, is the Parsons trade is worse. Because this is
Really?
my reasoning, you know. Because the Cowboys got Kenny Clark. That's all they really got to show for right now. They got some shit in their bag. They got some extra cash, some extra picks, but they can't use that shit right now.
But
So right now-
I think they were trying. That they might use them before the trade deadline.
Oh, yeah, but right now, today, they got Kenny Clark.
Yeah.
The Mavs got AD. So if we just go player for player, AD is a way bigger acquisition than Kenny Clark. And then on top of that, the Mavs went to the playoffs. They traded Luka, they got AD, they went to the playoffs. They went to the playoffs without Luka, so they proved that, like, we still a playoff team without Luka. Then on top of that, shit, they really end up building a solid team. They got Cooper Flagg, he played a little defense. They got AD, he played defense. They got Clay, he played defense. They re-signed Kyrie. Like, they end up putting together a pretty good defensive winning team, and I think they're gonna be pretty competitive this year. So I gotta go. The Parsons trade was by far worse at this point. In the future, I might change my mind, but right now, today, Parsons trade is worse.
I'm gonna go with the Luka trade. I'm gonna take the other side. I'm gonna go with the Luka trade because fundamentally, organizationally, I feel like you could build around Luka. I feel like Luka is a star player. You can get him into a program like the Lakers, a great organization, and you can build around Luka. The reason why I'm just not so high on the Micah Parsons trade is because back when I was playing, the offensive line always has to deal with one great pass rusher. You know, you might have to deal with 2 of them, right? So for a pass rush specialist, we can come up with a game plan to negate that. Yeah, we're going to have to leave some guys in. We're going to have a tight end chip, and we're going to have a running back getting out late, chipping on that. I feel like you can game plan for Micah because Micah is a pass rush artist. Micah is, in the run game, he's going to jump out of gaps. He's going to make plays, but he's going to put stress on the back end of the defense.
Yep.
And I wrote down just a couple names. I wrote down TJ Watt, Myles Garrett, Jamar Chase. Those are the other highest non-paid quarterbacks. All those guys are difference makers. All those guys. You play Myles Garrett, you have to have a very detailed plan in the run, in the pass, in blitz. You have to have a plan for him. TJ Watt, game wrecker.
Same.
Game wrecker, right? You have to know where he is at on the field. Jamar Chase, do we even need to say anything? I mean, the guy is the best wide receiver in the NFL right now. So from a fundamental standpoint, I'll go Luka because we can always game plan for Micah. We're used to it. We're always used to game planning for a premier pass rusher and taking them away. I think those other guys that are in that highest non-paid quarterback club are at a different level.
I didn't even know this was a topic of, like, this was reality. Trading Parsons, generational player, playing for Dallas, falls under, like, malpractice, right? You know, Jerry should lose his GM license, you know.
Good luck.
Right. You know, it's one of those. You get, lose it for, a year or two. That's the trade here. You trading an international megastar.
Yeah.
That's treason. That is treason to Dallas. They should be exiled to whatever country that will accept the Dallas Mavericks franchise. because it's never happened. You don't trade megastars. Like, megastars bring everything. They change your franchise on the basketball court. They help your franchise survive off the court. When we're talking about just impact itself, I think Parsons, one kid cried, and that was the most viral. just the one kid cried. All of that, the face of Dallas. Like, Luka was the face of Dallas. It's like Jerry Jones and him at that moment in time. There was a funeral.
Yeah.
They had a funeral outside the arena for Luka. I mean, I'm gonna just I hope people don't get mad at me. But just so we know what impact and viral is, me getting arrested was more viral than Parsons being traded. Just to be honest, I'm just gonna say that. Just I shook up the world a little bit. Me getting arrested, he shook up Dallas Nation, Sports Nation.
Yeah.
That was it. There was no CNN, there was no breaking news. It was all sports. When you're talking about Luka, it was all international talk. I mean, and that's the difference here, right? One is a mega superstar, and one's just, America. Mm-hmm. America, Dallas, star.
Yeah, Luka's driving ticket sales, jersey sales. I mean, there's a lot. He's international.
To the Lakers, though.
I know, right?
He got traded to the Lakers. It's not like he's coming to Dallas. Like, if he was coming to Dallas, now you're talking about some difference because it's America's team. So it's not, like Deion Sanders being signed. That's different. That was newsworthy.
The whole tribute that Dallas put on when he played back in Dallas. Like, I don't think they're doing that for Parsons. No.
Yeah.
Okay, Gil.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying. I see it completely upside down from the way you see it, as usual. You can call me crazy, you can laugh, you can scoff, but I liked both of these trades for the Dallas teams. But I loved the Luka trade for the Mavericks, and I get international star power. I get all that, because that city was in mourning, and they're wrong.
Mourning.
They're not seeing the forest for the trees. Luka plays little to no defense. Never did, never will. Luka shoots way too many threes. If you want to, we're going to talk some hardcore basketball here, but he was fourth in the league in three-point attempts this year and shot 35%, which ranked 93rd in the league. You're wasting way too many possessions because you want to jack up pretty threes. I just don't love it, and he's always hurt his team from the free throw line. He's a career 75% free throw shooter. It won't work. If you're a megastar, you have to make 85%. I forget what you did for your career, but what?
80-something.
Okay, thank you.
Light work, but I wasn't making it. I was a little 80-something,
Okay, but you have to. That's who you are and what you have to do. They're called free throws for a reason, because they're free 15-foot uncontested shots. You can just put your feet on the floor and rip them. Okay, he can't and hasn't fixed that. In 7 years in Dallas, he never got in shape. I'm sorry, and I know he just went through this crash diet boot camp thing that they put on the cover of Men's Health. Let's see if it lasts. Let's see how long. And I don't know how much photoshopping was going on. He looked pretty good, but even as I see him in the Eurobasket pictures, he's starting to put a little back on, because watch what happens by midseason. He'll look like he did in Dallas, because that's what happens. It was a fatty kind of a fad diet that he went through, and usually you roller coaster and gain back more weight when you go through that. And then the knock on him in Dallas and will continue to be in LA, he's just uncoachable. He does what he wants to do, and now he has taken over the Laker franchise. He will take himself out and put himself in games whenever he feels like it. And there's some for the Dallas franchise internal good riddance to Luka, because they got back an Anthony Davis, and I know he's older than Luka, but he is a game-changing difference maker when he's healthy, and he's not always healthy. I got it. I give you that. But he was fourth last year in that PER stat, which is player efficiency rating. He plays both ends at a high level. And when he first got to Dallas in that first game, he took my breath away. They were playing the Rockets in Dallas, and he goes in the first quarter, he scores 14 with 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and a block in the first quarter. By halftime, he had 24, 13, 5 with 3 blocks. That's what he can do. And then he pulls some groin thing, or I don't know
what he can
oblique. I know. There you go.
Pull something that he.
All right, I got it. But he can give you so much that Luka did not give you. And he did carry the Lakers to it was a Mickey Mouse championship. It was a bubble championship, but he was the difference maker on that bubble championship team. Not LeBron, Anthony Davis. And he's 32, so he's not over the hill yet. I think he's got 3 prime years left. I'll take it. And that kid, Max Christie, that they threw in, he's a 3-and-D guy who will play significant minutes for the Dallas Mavericks. So I love that for Dallas. And they did luck into by hook or crook. I don't know what happened, but they got Cooper Flag. And all of a sudden, if Kyrie comes back by January 1st or whatever, they're going to be a force, man. I think they're going to be a conference championship, like to get to the conference championship. All right?
I get it. I mean, it's a great trade.
From a basketball, like a team standpoint.
Yeah.
Right?
From a team standpoint,
that's how I
it's a
look
great
at it.
trade. But when we're talking
the,
about who these people are, they're not on the same planet as people.
No.
Right?
Not.
So when you're talking about impact, what city felt? You said Dallas mourned.
They did.
Dallas mourned.
They did.
For Luka.
Yeah, because they love to watch him play. He's must-see TV.
LA, we did not mourn for AD. We cheered. We celebrated Luka coming here, fat and all.
Yep.
We was happy.
Happy.
Right? So all them stats you're reading, that was the fat man stats.
Yep.
And this is what we have here. These fat man stats. Bring them on.
Okay. Now wait a second.
When Micah left, you celebrated. You celebrated.
I'm
Most
celebrating.
of Dallas was like, well, good riddance.
Yeah. No, that's true. Because he was going to be way overpaid for his impact. And we were going to be stuck with him for 4 more years making ridiculous money that will crush our cap.
And that lets you know the difference. If Luka right now asked LA, I want $500 million, there wouldn't be no hesitation. And he's fat. That's the difference between 2 people.
So did the Lakers exit in the first round last year?
Yes.
Did the Mavs exit in the first round last
They
year?
didn't even make it.
The Mavs made it.
No, they didn't make it. They played. They lost in the playing game, right?
Oh,
yes,
did
they lost the playing game. They were in the play-in. They lost the playing game.
But again, we are fine because we know what our future holds.
Yeah.
This is our future. We don't care what he did last year. Like, if last year was a down year, you're talking about 28, 8, and 8. If that's what I'm getting on a down year for someone that don't play defense, that was out of shape because he got hurt, we're taking that. What you see is a negative, we're saying, okay. Yeah. So the fact that we get to build our franchise around this guy for 10 years, I'm sorry.
This
doesn't happen.
I just feel like the Mavs came out.
But what I'm saying is, it's just like
okay.
It's just like Dallas. You're talking about a guy, and you're comparing him to Garrett and all these guys that's 28 and 29. Parsons 3 years from now. That's what you get to compare him to. Because at the same age, they wasn't him. They wasn't in the same category as Parsons. So you're saying you're not Garrett. No, Garrett wasn't him at this age. Gary didn't do what he did at this age.
Miles Garrett came out of the womb playing like that.
But remember, he was hurt. He was hurt. He wasn't. He ain't in that category with Reggie White.
And
there's only 2 of them.
And that's just kind of like why I'm breaking it down. Dallas in Luka lost a bright shining superstar that's going to give you consistent play. Well, that's maybe with the fat camp and stuff like that. But he's going to give you numbers. He's going to give you numbers.
Right.
Micah might go to the Packers and disappear. He's eating up all that cap. I mean, he's eating up all that cap. What if he gives you 5 sacks, 7 sacks? That's a loss.
Yeah.
I mean, Micah's got to give you 10+ sacks, do it in the playoffs.
Yep.
I think for that trade to pay off.
Well, let's move on. Wait,
I got one last
Okay.
point. To capitalize on your point to him. So you play Minnesota in the first round. Your Lakers do. First round, you are favored to win, a solid favorite to beat the Timberwolves in the first round. And it's 1-1 going to game 3. And in 3, 4, and 5, the game is tight going to the fourth quarter. It's a point or 2 either way. And go look at Luka's numbers in the fourth quarter of those 3 games because he let you down. You can say he ran out of gas because he just wasn't in condition. You can have that. LeBron wasn't very good either, but those 2 let you down. And the Timberwolves, gentlemen's, swept you right out of the playoffs in the first round as favorites. That's a bad early sign, and you should be mourning that. You should mourn that Luka let you down in your first playoff series.
No, and that's the problem here. He did not let us down. We here understand future. We understand this team was built for LeBron James, not Luka. Luka came in here and did what AD couldn't do. Hey, you, old man, sit on the side, wait for me to give you the ball.
Yeah.
Wait for me to give you the ball. This is my team. This is my future. Yes, I missed most of the season because I was out of shape. I was hurt. So this is the worst you're ever going to see from me. Now this team, this summer, is going to be built, training camp was going to be built around him. He came into a situation he didn't even know existed, right? Parsons knew he was going to be traded or not. Look, I wake up the next day, I got traded. I left my home, I got shipped off. And now I have to still play this game. I seen it from his first interview. He didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like,
he was blindsided.
I'm here. I'm here, right? Like, and I said it. I said, he's lost right now, and we're going to see what he's made of when he goes back to Dallas, and they got to face that man. Because now, everything y'all said about him, you got to face it in real time, and we seen what he looked like.
He did.
Right?
I give you that.
I didn't grade him last year because I knew it was going to be worse, and if that's what you're going to give me for the worst at your age, I'm taking it every single time. Now, all summer is yours. All training camp is yours. Now, everybody that you're going to be playing with, they get to now build around your assets and what you do.
Yeah.
So now they're going to be a lot better. He's going to be a lot better. So when you're talking about moving forward, guarantee he's winning the championship as a Laker. Every superstar has won a championship as a Laker besides Elgin Baylor, but every face of the Lakers have won a championship. And because he's going to win a championship here, even if Dallas wins one, because he wins one in that purple and gold, Dallas fans is going to have to deal with that for the next decade. Because the guy you traded him for is going to be gone. You're going to have to rebuild at some time. Rebuilding right now is Luka. Luka's being built right. The rebuild is now. And then eventually it's championship time, and he's going to be on the top of the world, and Dallas is going to be sitting there like, fire Nico 10 years from now.
They're yelling it right now. They're going to continuously yelling it.
My God, screaming. I'm like, I done gave you 2 championships and it's still fire because at some point, Luka's going to take over, and it's going to be Luka's league.
So you've been accusing me of being a delusional Cowboy fan, and I'm going to accuse you of being a delusional Laker fan if you think Luka's going to win a championship for the Lakers.
I go by percentage. There's only one superstar, one face that has never won, and it was Elgin Baylor, and he missed it by, a year? Other than that, every face.
So it's just like God said, let there be the Lakers, right?
Because I don't know if you noticed, but the Muros, they stick together. So we're going to get another superstar with Luka.
Really?
LeBron's going to leave. We might get Jokic. We're going to get somebody over here, and they're going to have a pity party around L.A.
I did get to see Luka play in the NBA Finals for the Dallas Mavericks. He shot 11 of 45 from 3. That's 24%. And they got smoked in 5 games. I don't know.
Yeah. That was that team.
He plays for that was fat Luka. We got skinny Luka now.
Skinny Luka is ready.
That was fat Luka. We got a Laker Luka. That is just like when you play for Cowboys. When you play for Cowboys, you play for the Lakers. That's a different feeling. He felt, I seen it on TV. Dallas loved that man. But here is just it's a different feeling. You get different respect, right? You're judged different, right?
Yeah.
Here, he realized just putting a jersey on, you're the number 1 seller in Jersey. You're just the number 1 seller in Jersey. This year, when he got traded, next year he's going to be number 1. Moving forward for the next decade, he's going to be the number 1 seller because he has on a jersey that is, it's not America's team, but it's America's basketball team when you think about it like that.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? He is that Deion Sanders that came to the Cowboys, but he's coming in at an earlier age, and the team is his.
Number 77. That's a weird number.
I know. He made it popular.
Make you look fast.
Yeah.
It's an offensive line
He
number.
might drop it. He might drop it down to 7. He might drop it down to 7. He might drop it down to 7.
Right.
Well, let's see what skinny Luka does for the Lakers. But we're moving on. Let's talk about potentially the most exciting game of the weekend. I'm the most excited for. We've got the past 2 MVPs. We got Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen.
Yeah.
What do we think is going to happen? What do we think? Baltimore at Buffalo. Who wins and why? Let's go, Richie.
Baltimore at Buffalo, heavyweight matchup, boys.
It is.
This is 5 rounds in the UFC for the undisputed heavyweight champs.
Is it gonna
in
go
the
5?
AFC. Well, you know, my heart is telling me this. I saw Josh Allen the other day talking about having the Super Bowl parade in Buffalo, and it's time. And I feel everything moving in that direction except this matchup. My head is telling me this. Baltimore's going to have a chip on their shoulder. That's where they lost last year. They've been thinking about Buffalo nonstop since that loss. And the big thing that I think shows up early in these games, the more physical team, the team that has Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, the more physical team, I think they have success early. I think it's going to be a tight ball game up there. Anytime Josh Allen's involved, you have a chance to win. I just think Baltimore, chip on the shoulder, Lamar, Derrick Henry, playmakers, Baltimore, a little bit more of a complete team. Buffalo, some questions that we need answered. Defensive line rotation, secondary.
Exactly. I like the Ravens to win the game. Just run game alone. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, they're gonna have a chip on their shoulder. They're gonna come out and tote the hell out the rock. And this ain't the playoffs. This regular season Ravens. They the best team in the league in the regular season. It's a regular season game. I like them to come out and run the hell out the ball, and they just a little bit more physical than Buffalo, like Richie said. I'm riding with the Ravens.
Right?
See, this is my Madden team, so I know my.
Which one?
Ravens.
Okay.
I know my Madden team.
All right.
Cheat code.
Yes. So they are the best team, on offense on paper. Right now, that was the last year, 4,000 passing yards, 3,000 rushing yards, which is, unheard of. Lamar playing against a guy who has that his third trophy, in his house. That's gonna be real motivation for Lamar.
Sent him home last year.
And this game right here is kind of like an early Super Bowl. Who's gonna be there? And Ravens offense in the regular season is very, very powerful. And we don't have no tight end right now, so most likely we're going to go with 3 wide receivers. Flowers, D-Hop, and was it Bateman?
Yep.
And Bills love the nickel. Can't do that against Lamar because he's going to eat you up in that zone. Which he did, was it 12 for 12 in passing? So most likely you gotta, what they do to me, they gotta rush, play man, and then rush blitz him, to keep him off guard. Nickel dime. When they do that, they have
Derrick Henry.
Yep, they have.
Run your ass
Yeah,
out.
that's what I'm saying. You're small in the back, which means Derrick Henry's gonna be running through you. So the 5 losses that they had last year, Bills. They gave up 33 points, an average of 33 points. So, if Ravens can get out to a good start and put points on the board, we're going to give it to the Ravens.
That means Buffalo's going to win this game because I was going to go Ravens too. And when we all go Ravens, that's bad luck, bad news. By the way, I love your little black book you got there. It's like your little Bible.
Yeah, That's my Cliff Notes, man.
He write at a diagonal.
Hey, listen,
he don't write straight across. He write at a diagonal.
I forgot. Because they're going to have to play man first and second down, usually is 89% that they're going to play nickel. So that's going to be, they're going to have to do something that they don't like to do.
Right.
Baltimore is better than Buffalo. It's as simple as that. They're the best team with a top 5 quarterback that can be a top 3-2-1 quarterback on any given Sunday. They added Jair Alexander, who I like a lot. I don't know why Green Bay cut bait. I think they were at each other's throats, and I think you like him.
I love him.
Love him. Okay, so he's starting at corner for the Ravens. They just got even better. That running back room is as loaded as you can load it because you got Derrick Henry and Justice Hill and Keaton Mitchell, who I love, and Rasheen Ali, who all through the preseason, every time I turn them on, he's just busting loose.
Yep.
They got 4 who can get it and go. And if somebody gets banged up, they just insert and go. Wash, rinse, and repeat, right?
Yep.
They got a kicker issue because they had to let go of the other one for off-field issues, obviously. So I don't know anything about Tyler Loop. I don't know if he would throw them for a loop occasionally and they would lose a game because they don't have the best kicker in football.
Oh, no, he's
But,
nice. He
yeah,
hit
he
a
seems like-
60-yard with a
He kicked
55
extra
yard
points.
Yeah, he hit a
I trust
55
Harbaugh
yard.
picking kickers.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, he had a
Extra
50
points.
yard in
No, I know,
preseason,
but
so
you
he was-
never know under fire how he's going
yeah.
to react. But the point is, they're just better. And to all you guys' points, this is a blood game. This is a revenge game. It's a big night national TV game where they're going to say, watch this. And that team is as loaded as any team in this league. And I think they're going to make a statement at Buffalo against the Hard Knocks team.
Agreed.
Yeah, 75% of the chat saying the Ravens. So you guys are kind of all spot on there, but I don't want to overlook tonight. We obviously have a game tonight, Friday night, AFC West battle, Chiefs, Chargers. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes coming out off of a blowout in the Super Bowl. So I want to get your guys' takes. What do we have going down tonight? Let's start with Gil. Gil's got a lot to say.
No, I don't have a lot to say. I'm just be honest. I forgot the game was going on in Brazil because right now, we should go. There's billionaires out there putting people on wheels. Y'all didn't hear?
No.
Neymar, there's somebody in Brazil,
wow.
billionaire, just left his estate to Neymar because he felt Neymar was nice.
Oh,
That's
wow.
the big news.
All right, so the show is moving to Brazil.
That's the big, I'm gonna say
Yeah.
Get there.
that's the biggest news that's going on right now. I know the Chiefs is out there. They're like, sorry, Patrick. Neymar just inherited $1 billion just for being Neymar. Like,
Right.
damn.
That's crazy.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but the game,
But
Yeah,
the game is game cracking tonight, and that's a nice AFC West matchup. The Chargers always play the Chiefs good. I don't know if they beat them last year. I don't know, but it's the first game of the season, and Patty don't lose season openers, man. He's 5-0 since he's been a starter season opener. This is another season opener. They refurbished that O-line. You know what I'm saying? They got a first-round pick at left tackle. They got Big Oos. They could lock him in at left guard. The right side of the line been good. I like the Chiefs to go out there and 24-21 them. It's going to be close because the Chargers know how to play them boys. They always look good. And you know Harbaugh, he had all offseason to get ready for the Chiefs, but it's going to be a rude awakening for him, man. He's going to see Patty Mahomes live and in person. They're winning a real close one. Probably I call him butt kicker. It's probably going to be a butt kicker game winner. 24-27, 24-21.
Not a boot to ass.
Nah, not boot to ass. Something real close. A nice show for Brazil. But Patty know how to win. He'll get it done like he always does.
Yeah. I'm taking Kansas City in this one. You can never go against Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid coming out week one.
Can't do
They've
it.
had the entire offseason to scheme up this Chargers defense. They're pissed off. They got their asses kicked by the Eagles in the Super Bowl. These guys are a really talented group. I will say one thing. I don't like that the game's all the way in Brazil. I don't like that you drag the boys all the way down there on the first week of the season. You go play this game. I talked to my boys down there this morning. They're in Sao Paulo. They can't leave the hotel. The food sucks. I mean, they can't wait to get back.
The food suck?
Brazil's not known for its food.
Okay.
It's not the nutritious and wholesome food.
Yeah, they miss the American.
But yeah, I think again, tight ball game. I'm going 24-20 Chiefs. Chiefs get the win. I think tight. I think one thing to look out for is field conditions tonight.
Ooh.
Playing on those soccer pitches is completely different. Those soccer pitches are meant for that soccer ball to skip across the top.
Wow.
We're big clod hoppers. Big man cutting on cleats,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yeah.
You have no footing as a cornerback. The defensive line has terrible footing.
Dangerous.
So, watch out for the field conditions in Brazil. I think it could play a huge factor.
I'll go Chiefs too, but I would like to make the point that Patrick Mahomes' game has suffered over the last 2 years, in which he's fallen to 8th both years in QBR, which is he's a dominator usually. And it's because Travis Kelce ain't Travis Kelce anymore. It could be a little bit because of her, but it also could be a little bit because of what he said in the offseason. Yeah, I haven't been myself because I've been doing too much in the acting and the media and all
every
the
commercial,
shows.
every commercial. Travis Kelce.
Everywhere.
Right.
But if you look at his numbers over the last 2 years, they have plummeted, and he's almost 36. I'm pretty sure this is the end for him. But you can't tell me that Patrick wasn't made by the fact that while he was Batman, it wasn't like Kelce in his prime was Robin. He was Batman. It was like you had two Batmen here, Batman throwing to Batman, because Kelce was as uncoverable a tight end pass catcher as I've ever seen when he was right, when he was completely healthy at age 30, 31. I don't know if you disagree with this, but man, he was a low because he was just shifty, quick, coming out of breaks. Just hard to defend him. And he catches everything, but he's not been catching everything the last 2 years. But I still think their defense is it might be the best defense. Spagnuolo's
He's
defense.
Spagnuolo. He's a mastermind.
They're as good as anybody in defense, so they're still going to be good, which brings me to the Chargers. I just believe that deep down, Jim Harbaugh knows that Justin Herbert ain't it. That's what I believe. Justin Herbert ain't it. And you can't tell me that Jim Harbaugh didn't say, I want me some Trey Lance, who I'm a big fan of, because he's now the backup. And I believe that Trey Lance is on course here to become Harbaugh's next Colin Kaepernick. Switch horses in midstream like he did once with Alex Smith, and they went to the Super Bowl. I think Trey Lance can be Colin Kaepernick for Jim Harbaugh at some point.
Trey Lance?
The creative quarterback play. When you create a player, you're creating a 6'6" quarterback that has every passing attribute. Like
he does.
Any pass
Big
you can
gunslinger,
possibly want to make,
Big
he
gunslinger.
can do it. Yes,
Except
he's
doesn't
been
have
hurt.
any,
There's
no
been doing
Jalen
it.
Hurts in it.
Yeah, see, that's what he's missing.
I just think
Listen,
right
dogs,
now,
yeah.
I just
Missing
think
that winnability.
Yeah.
Winnability.
But I think this is the year. I think this is the year. I think that this is the year that he's about to just take off and just prove everybody he's not a flop. I think this is gonna be that year where he just turns it over, and if he's winning games, he might be in the MVP talk. Like he has that type of arm though.
Yeah.
Where
No
he can
doubt.
make big,
He's got the arm.
plays.
Yeah, he's got the arm. I think he needs some help with the wide receiver position. Lab McConkey's great. I still like Keenan Allen. I think Keenan's a dog.
agree.
He's older, a little longer in the tooth,
Right.
health issues. And I think really looking at this Chargers team, the Rashawn Slater injury is going to be huge.
Oh,
Huge.
Because you have Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt locked in. You're set. I mean, you can
really tote that rock now.
Right. And that's what they need to do. They need to pound the ball.
You know that's
play
what
action.
Harbaugh going to do anyway.
Yeah.
He wanted to.
I went to a couple training camp practices. They look sharp. They look crisp. I was really high on them. Then they lost Rashawn. And it's like, oh, man, now you got to play with a backup tackle.
Left tackle.
Left, yeah.
Well, they're going to play him at right. They're moving Joe to left. Yeah. So you got Joe playing out of position, and you got a backup right tackle in there. So, I think that puts a cap on Herbert's ceiling for this season.
If Chiefs don't win this year, how long is the rebuild? Like, what's that reset? Because
it can't be a reset.
They don't need a rebuild.
The last 2 years, he done won a chip and lost a chip.
Yeah.
We are not talking about a rebuild with the Chiefs right now.
No, there's no difference.
They are the Patriots.
You don't rebuild, you reload.
The time right now.
Okay, but
they are the new Patriots right now.
Okay,
bro.
so they had to reset. It took them 10 years to reset.
Yeah.
Brady won his first 3. They took a 10-year gap. But I'm saying, with Patrick Mahomes being early 30s, what, you give him 2 years before they reload? Because you got Kelsey's money come off the books.
Yeah. I think that window's wide open.
The defense is getting a little bit older.
Mahomes,
so you're going to have to.
But they still have all their pieces. They could add a little bit of a pass rush outside of Jones there.
Their O-line was fucked off last year.
Exactly.
That's why it looked like
the
that
difference.
in the game. They addressed that shit in the offseason, and we'll see.
So you think they just
Bro,
Stay in for next. Okay.
Bro, this
So
Big Red we talking about now.
So no reset.
Everywhere he go, he nice. He was with Philly, they nice.
Nice.
He come to the Chiefs, hey,
I think
Alex
they could-
Smith getting it done. All right, well, let's put this
Yeah.
guy in and see what it look like. Now he chip after chip after chip. Like, bro, this is the new age Patriots. He the new age Brady, man.
I know, but that was a 10-year.
watch.
That was a 10-year. So
I think the one thing KC can reload on the offensive line, they addressed awesome. Get him some wide receivers.
Okay.
Get him some big physical bodies. Get him.
Got him. I mean, Rasheed gonna be.
But
gonna
he's
be
gone
suspended.
6 games.
Yeah, he's gonna be suspended, but he'll be there when
it counts.
in those 6 games. If they go 4-2, they're gonna be just fine. If they go 3-3 when he come back, they're gonna be just fine. Man, Rasheed is one of the top. He the new Kelsey. Kelsey catch inside, catch and run. That's Rasheed role now. They don't need Kelsey ass no more. Rasheed do the same shit.
Yeah.
Man, they plug and play, bro. This is big. This is Big Red.
So
He do
Rasheed's
this
going to be
shit.
better than Kelsey?
I'm just saying that role of catch and run underneath somebody who I can get it to real quick, he can catch and run. That's what Kelsey was for him. Kelsey ain't really go up top and maul speed. No, he found windows, he catch the ball, he got great yak for a tight end. Same shit Rasheed Rice do. He catch a bunch of quick screens, get you yards. A bunch of sit routes, get you yards. That's the
you
same
know him
role.
from
Does he have-
Dallas?
does-
Do you know Rice at all?
I know, I met him a couple times.
Does he have freedom like Kelsey did?
He
Where
can
can go-
develop that.
They're gonna have to work on that.
Yeah, but he
That's
just
part of the
He's
reload.
been there
Reload.
since he was
That's
drafted.
work
He's
on
been there.
that.
He's there every offseason. He's not a guy who missed OTAs. He's there every time. Every time Mahomes is on the field, Rasheed Rice is on the field with him. Besides when he was hurt, bro, they gonna establish that same chemistry. He'll have freedom to work the middle, get open, get the ball, boom. I'm telling you, bro, this is an Andy Reid offense, bro, led by the best quarterback of our generation.
So before we go officially into the season, I do want to get your guys' Super Bowl predictions.
Rams.
What? Rams.
Oh, sorry.
Rams.
As soon as I heard Super Bowl, I was ready.
You're so stuck on this. Okay, we got Gills, but Gills.
Wait, is this Rams versus Chargers for the Super Bowl? Since you're Mr. LA?
I don't know.
No?
First of all, Chargers is like the Clippers. I don't fuck with the Clippers
okay.
like that. You know what I
There you
mean?
go.
Oh.
That's the Clippers of football.
Exactly.
You know, especially
LA
this year.
stepson.
It's Rams, Ram Nation.
Okay. Got it.
Right.
Ram Nation. Aqib.
I'm gonna go Lions.
Lions.
I think the Lions don't get bit with the injury bug like they did last year. I think they
It's the water.
pretty much stay healthy. If they stay healthy, that team going to the chip. So I like the Lions, NFC. AFC, I think somebody gonna come shake it up, man. Cool Joe. I like the Bengals, man. Lions versus the Bengals. And I like Joe to get his first chip. I like
that.
it.
Yep.
I like that. I'm going with my heart here. Out of the AFC, no one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. I think Bills over Ravens in the AFC Championship game. And to shake things up in the NFC, I'm going Commanders over Eagles. Commanders over Eagles gives us a Bills, Commanders, Super Bowl.
Hot take.
And I'm flying back to Buffalo for the Super Bowl parade. I'm going to be jumping through tables and
Yep.
crushing beers.
We better.
That's how we're all going.
I'm gonna have a commander stuff because I'm gonna jump shit
We'll
by
have Skip on top of the crowd. We'll crowd surfing with Skip.
Yeah. It scares me because you've been saying Joe Burrow. I've been saying for a month he's going to be the MVP and they are going to win the AFC.
Telling you.
I don't love their defense, but they got a new coordinator in Al Golden, and I like enough about it. I like the pieces enough, but I mostly like the quarterback and the receiver
Yeah.
because
Stud.
they're just hard to stop. And for once, they said, we got to start fast. And they played some preseason football where they just looked right to me. When I watched them in the preseason, you can just see they are saying, we're coming. We're going to go get this thing this time. We're going to stay healthy, knock on wood. And that guy, he's the best to me. To me, he's better than Mahomes. That's just me. I know you say
He the only one who could beat Mahomes.
and he has.
He the only one who can do it.
The only one. And I believe he's going to have to go to Baltimore to get to the Super Bowl, and I believe he is highly capable of doing just that. In that team with this guy at quarterback, I just don't. They lost a lot of pieces, and then last night I'm looking at Jalix Hunt, number 58, coming off the edge out of Houston Christian that Howie Roseman stole in the third round. I'm saying he can play. Jihad Campbell, who
Ball.
Howie Roseman stole at the bottom of the first round out of Alabama. I'm looking at him flash last night. Just give them a few weeks. They'll just get better and better. Again, Adoree Jackson got picked on last night. but the point is, Cooper DeJean can flat play. And I don't know why don't they just move him outside? They like him in the slot, but he could play the outside just as well.
I don't know about that.
You don't think so?
I don't think he could play that. Not day in, day out. Maybe early downs when it's,
He can run, man.
put him in a little cover 4. If he got to play man against these guys, the CeeDees and the Jamars and the AJ, bro, he can't play man against them guys on a down-to-down basis. I don't think so.
No.
He was guarding CeeDee on the last
He
fourth
was.
down. He almost gave that shit up.
No,
Yeah.
CeeDee, 2-3 steps behind him, that could have put that a little bit on the money. Then you'd have been like, get his ass out from corner.
Yep.
He's not really a corner.
Yeah.
2-3 yards behind CeeDee for the game. I don't like it.
Okay, but I still think Philly's the team to beat in the NFC. And I get Detroit and I get Washington. They're right there. I mean, they were there last year. And is Jaden gonna take it up? He probably will take it up a
Or is he
level.
going to take it down? Like, the sophomore slump is real. Everything that's a saying for a reason.
Yeah.
They got a thing called a sophomore slump. Like, because teams figure you out. The NFC East figure out Kingsbury's offense a little bit. All right,
Okay.
that's how they want to play. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I
You
know,
get a
but-
gauge on it.
Okay,
you ain't going
but-
to come this year and do the exact same thing you did last year.
Right.
Just ain't going to work
But
like
they
that.
got him Debo for some possession stuff. And Scary Terry got signed.
I like Kingsbury. I like Kingsbury and I like Daniels together. I really do, because I think Kingsbury is. We talk about McVay, Shanahan, those offenses. I think
Yeah.
Kingsbury just has a complete one-off, and
Yep.
you see him in preseason. They're running wham blocks. They're going to get the ball to Debo. You got
Yep.
Scary Terry on the outside. I think Kingsbury is an X factor for them.
I think they kind of caught the league off guard last year.
Yeah.
With Daniels, Kingsbury together, they had that shit popping. When you do that, teams lock in on you. Now, you one of the teams to beat now, so, somebody show us the blueprint how to beat you, like Philly did, and okay, everybody follow that blueprint. So
Okay, so
it'll be a little bit better for
so
defense.
Aqib Talib predicts Jaden Daniels falls this year, right?
I think it's going to be a sophomore slump. Maybe not fall, but, slip, trip a little bit. Stumble a little bit. I don't think it's going to be as good as it was last year.
All right.
Sophomore slump for the Commanders. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching.
Who do you have?
I have the Ravens winning it all. That's what my money's on.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Well,
Yeah.
Lamar.
I
Lamar's
want
winning
it for
it.
Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow could have been an MVP last year if he made it to the playoffs. I think he deserved it.
Yeah,
So
good
I
point.
He was
think,
trying to give it to him too.
yeah,
They were.
yeah, and it was
He
so.
deserved it.
It wasn't for that Chiefs game.
It was like
So I think Joe Burrow MVP, but I don't know if they can win the Super Bowl. I got Ravens.
like it.
Like it.
All right.
Way to
Well,
go.
We will see you guys on Monday. Oh, so Monday we are actually changing times to 11:30 PST. So we will see you guys 2 hours on Monday. We're gonna have
Wow.
so much to talk about. We have so much going on this weekend. Thank you guys for watching The Arena Gridiron, presented by Underdog Fantasy.